Warning. This show contains adult content and language that some sensitive Sallys may find offensive. Please do not get all up in your feelings like a Mark-ass buster. Now with that out of the way, it's time for the show. Bitches.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, where is it? Why haven't they found it?
Veruca, sweetheart, I'm not a magician. Give me time.
I want it now. What's the matter with those twats down there?
Yeah, what is good, everybody? Just being Frank. Hey, live show up in this bitch. What is good? I am your host, Frank Marvici. I got my my co-host here, Almighty L.
Yes,
I don't know if y'all see this behind us. All right, everybody, give a happy birthday to Mr. Almighty L.
Yeah, salud, salud.
It's not today. It's on Sunday, but we celebrating today.
Yes,
it's on the 6th,
yes,
but
sir.
you know. And then we got Ease in the house. Here, let me get everybody up on cam. And then we got an all special guest, man of the hour.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
We got Wayne.
Hey.
Ray, is that how you pronounce it?
Yo. I'm so happy to talk about that today. Yo.
Is it the initials or is that an acronym?
I'm changing my name. And can we jump into it, or I'm gonna let you finish the intro?
No, all right. So let's we'll finish the intro, then we'll get into that.
We're doing it.
What is good, everybody? It's gonna be a really good fucking show tonight. I am once again in the same hungover state that I usually am, but as you see, we don't stop. Don't stop. Get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Take that. Right, so we're feeling good tonight. Yeah, and before we get started, though, I do want to just say, make sure if you have not, you subscribe to the YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, all that good stuff. Make sure you turn notifications on, all that good stuff. Go to marvicimedia.com. marvicimedia.com. It's my fucking last name, MARVICI media.com. It's got all your links and shit there. So we're celebrating Almighty L's 50th birthday tonight. It's going to be live. He's going to be probably asleep in about an hour and a half because it's,
out of here.
you know. And then we got Wayne and E up in the house. So we got a big ass agenda for tonight. We got a lot of good shit going on. We're going to give away some more free money. This is the last week for the $50 giveaway, courtesy of TommyCar Collision Center. So not to say we're not going to have any more giveaways, but it's the last one tonight, sponsored by them. So if you have any auto body needs, make sure you give them a call. TommyCar Collision Center. That's in Northampton, Massachusetts. They're awesome. All right. So before we get into anything else, I want to again give just a round of applause here that we got our man Wayne up in the house.
Yes. Yo, that's my guy right there. Yo, I'm also wanting to give this one here because, I'm just as surprised that we're celebrating your birthday.
Word?
Yeah.
You didn't know?
I didn't know.
And I'm always about
shout outs to
E. So, he couldn't say anything. It is shout out to E. She's the one that really got this all going.
Liz is...
I want to say, even though it's not the permanent background art for Erica's camera, if you notice, I have Lurch's painting up there.
Oh, I love it.
Sloppily hung, hanging on by a thread, so please don't touch the wall or it's going to fall.
Okay.
All right,
That
cool.
shit is dope. You need to sell it to me.
Hell, it's not going to happen. That's a studio piece.
It's a colorful...
It's a studio piece.
This is a colorful Rorschach.
Steal it. You gotta come down here. It's gonna be gone. You're like,
I know my shit, though.
damn 6.
You know Rorschach?
Out of all the things you could have took, he just took the painting.
That's a colorful Rorschach.
I like the Watchmen. That's a good show.
That's a colorful
yeah. But both of y'all are on that shit.
I actually thought you were talking about the painter, and I was just fucking around.
Yeah.
We got Wayne up in here, and it's funny because I actually go way back with Wayne. And
what were the odds of that?
To at least 1994.
Yeah,
he was like, "What does this guy do?"
I was like, "What is Mr. MVSEVM doing in this bitch?" And then all of a sudden he's like, "Yeah, he knows you, motherfucker." I'm like, "Oh,
yeah."
It's one of those moments where I'm like, "I'm an idiot."
I didn't even know. I didn't know.
Nah.
I forget no one.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say it's not like we were necessarily super tight back in high school, but
you know each other.
When we knew
if
motherfucker.
I seen you in the hallway, that's enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was always amicable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we was always cool.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
There's actually not many people that, and I mean, I was cool with everybody, but there's like a couple that I would go out of my way necessarily if I seen to make sure I said what up to, and I believe you were one of those people.
Well, I think you were above the ahead of the curve because of I don't know. how familiar they are about the high school we went to.
Putnam.
Yeah.
We were beavers.
Yeah, beavers, man.
Is that what they sound like?
I think so.
I don't think so.
Did you say art?
They have buck teeth, so that's not.
I got buck teeth, but I don't sound like that.
So would they have like a lisp or
A beaver?
You know what I mean?
A beaver has a lisp.
No, it would be like
The
I want to
whistle?
go to school. You know what I mean?
Some fucking beavers.
Yeah.
Where was the beaver in
Bullshit.
Pooh Bear? They had the beaver, right?
I think there was one in there.
And
There was
we-
definitely one in some cartoon. He had the whistle when he talked.
Yeah,
that shit had me dying.
Maybe it was Bambi.
And he was like the wise one and shit.
I think it was Bambi.
The beaver was wise? No, the owl was wise.
That was wise, but the beaver was still. He was,
The beaver was
he was a
still-
worker.
whatever
he was like
cartoon
common
that-
sense wise.
Yeah, he was commonsensical.
This show's not sponsored by Disney Plus.
Or beavers. Damn.
Damn.
Bars.
I don't give a damn.
See the entendres? Beavers. Damn.
Cray.
Bars.
Yeah, no. So good to have you up in here.
Likewise,
So
man.
it sounds like you are a man that's really getting into a lot of different things from what I'm gathering.
You know, what the thing is that when you come close to death, life becomes more important. I got in a car accident, man. Like I broke my C7. You ever see those NBA?
C7, is that one of the airplanes?
That's a Cessna 7. My shit is. I'm sorry.
Well read.
Yeah, I know a lot. I know a lot of.
I was gonna say I was being a smart ass, but he actually enlightened me at the same time.
I'm a human fact checker, baby.
He's that guy.
Yeah, and see, like Putnam, this is the other thing about Putnam. We only had half the education coming from that bitch because the other half was work.
Right.
We go to Putnam, everybody
Shit
else
was
Central,
vocational as
whatever.
fuck.
Yo, half the year is work. The other half is like math, science, all the other shit everybody else is doing the
Yeah.
rest of the year.
Yeah.
And we had to somehow keep up.
Yeah, and the somehow is that we already got this shit. People that went to that school want to know where the money's at
Right.
because we got the education already.
You know what's crazy though is now that shit like is like they're looking for people for these jobs for HVAC and electricians and stuff. There's not enough people getting into that stuff to fill these roles, and everybody that went to Putnam was already halfway there almost. You know what I mean? For getting that beginning education.
If you went to Putnam, put the blunt down. 30 days later, get back to HVAC.
The crazy shit is fucking the guards is crazy. You know how many
they were
blunts
the
I smoked with the
coolest.
guards.
They were the
Word?
coolest.
Oh yeah,
man.
as long as I lit up, I would be able to leave anytime I want, and they'd let me back in the building.
They were called the
I didn't
Quebec
even-
team.
They did.
Oh, no, that's no.
No. The
is
Quebec team were the
cops.
cops. I'm talking about the actual security
Yeah,
guards.
yeah. Don't be twisting your face
Yeah.
up.
Because I seen some of the security guards. I run into them at parties and shit too.
Quebec.
Yeah.
One of them motherfuckers was my uncle.
Yeah.
Don't. I'm not gonna name names, but just would describe them.
One of them starts with an N.
With the mustache.
I remember.
He had the badger.
Gossip.
The badger mustache.
I remember
Badger
the Balder
mustache.
lights.
Did he have the?
The bochinche. He did more than put something in the air. I'll tell you that.
Yikes.
I just remember them being cool as shit.
What, he had a disease?
No, the Quebec was. Yo, damn.
I hope not.
Why, yo, you know what?
People with those mustaches might know.
You know,
Yeah.
we could talk about high school in a capsule for all day, man.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is, generally speaking, what I generally remember from you is that you were a part of the visionaries. You only had two visionaries. Either you were in print or you were in commercial art. And that's how you knew how to put things together. That's how you learned how to express things to people. And I went to culinary because I was like, I don't want to talk
That's
to you.
another visionary aspect, though.
Yeah.
But it's more like, don't talk to me, just eat this shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm only-
I'll get my rise off of your reaction to my food.
Yeah, if someone says compliments to this chef, I'll hear it
Right.
when the waiters tells me.
Right,
Other
right,
than
right.
that, leave me the fuck alone.
Now it's funny you say that though, because as an artist and on the just straight up art scenario, you do kind of want to hear people's interpretations and so forth, and or I might want to explain where I was coming from. But I do notice that with chefs, for the most part, you know, when they're getting critical, when they're getting criticized in a negative fashion, then they'll say why they did something a certain way. But if everything's all good, they're just like, well, thank you.
And they always start with sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu.
I can't work under these conditions.
Sacre bleu. We used to say that at Josh's house when we were little.
Hold on. Shout out.
oui, oui.
Shout out to my son Eric. He graduated from Putnam.
Yeah,
2018.
Shout outs to Junior E.
What
Honors.
shop? What
Crazy.
shop? What shop?
Sheet metal.
Okay.
He got the
I remember that.
He got the sheet metal award.
See, without that, this mic wouldn't be the shape that it is.
See?
This watch would be a oval.
But if you know what? It's funny you say that because if you think about just the microphone, there's like 4 different shops involved in the fucking microphone. You got the electronics, you got the fucking the sheet metal aspect of it, you got and then just fill in another 2 I can't think of.
Auto Mech had to drive somebody there, and then Auto Body.
There you go.
We had
An artist designed it.
A scary experience over at Putnam.
Did you?
Yeah, he cut the tip of his finger off his junior year.
Oh, damn!
Literally.
And then he went to nursing and got it reattached.
Nah, they
right there in the same building.
They didn't reattach.
Oh, he got a nub now.
Nah. You know they saved the nail, the nail bed.
Fuck you.
When I got to the school, the nurse had the tip of his finger on ice.
Oh,
like,
damn.
Oh, here, this is for you.
That's crazy. I cut off a portion of my finger.
Was it in Forest Park? With the teacher with the
yeah, Mr. Dunn.
No,
Mr.
Dunn.
Bobrowski.
Mr. Dunn, English teacher.
Bobrowski. He was short.
Oh yeah. You're talking about wood shop teacher. But the English teacher, Mr. Dunn, also had one finger gone. Yeah.
Yo, what up, Dunn?
Mr. Dunn?
Yeah, what up, Dunn?
That was the one that walked.
What do you mean it walked?
He walked. No, that's Mr. Ferris. Mr. Ferris will walk home.
Oh yeah, that was Mr. Fair. Remember Mr. Sachs?
Yes. Remember Mr. Manzi used to run around?
Yeah.
All Forest Park.
Yeah, he knew my mom, and he would always tell me about it.
So you
I'd be like,
guys
listen,
went
if you
to
bang my mom, I don't want to hear about
He
it.
definitely banged your
He
mom.
probably banged my mom.
So you guys all went to
My mom was a
Nah,
slore.
don't play Margaret. Don't play my girl.
My
yeah.
mom was a slore. It's cool.
Nah.
You guys all went to
Don't play
Forest
my
Park?
girl.
Yeah.
Don't play my girl.
Really? I went to Rebecca.
You did you?
Yeah.
Rebecca.
Rebecca's the comedy. That's the comedy elementary school, at least while I was there, yo. We didn't give a fuck about anything. My dad.
So you went with Jeremiah and Charlie?
And I went with Willie, Chevron, DeWay.
Willie, my cousin
Murray.
Willie?
Damn, I have a
Junior?
Yeah, man.
Chev's my guy. That's how I met him.
Wow. Everybody was there, yo. That shit was just.
Why my dog's barking?
That shit was just like, yo, if your name was, okay, me for instance, fuck everybody. If your name, my name was Kevin, right? Because my middle name is Kevin. So they call me Kevin. So the only thing they could associate that with is Home Alone.
That's funny.
So then my whole thing
I
is
look
about,
like Macaulay Culkin.
So all the jokes are about me booby trapping shit. and then I had a proclivity for stealing things.
The fact that you said proclivity, right along,
Yeah.
I would commandeer things.
I don't want to call myself a klepto. I don't want to call myself
Klepto?
I don't want to say that because
No.
what comes after klepto?
Maniac?
I'm
Cat burglar?
No.
I wasn't sure if you're going nympho.
Klepto, maniac.
Gotcha.
And maniac is like, come on, man.
Yeah, you're sick in the brain.
It's like I like stealing, but I'm not crazy, baby. I'm just poor.
I think it just meant crazy at
That's
stealing.
the way I was going to get something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
crazy good.
It's like if you need it, I got you. You know what I'm saying? We go to the ice cream line. My game was the ice cream lady didn't give a fuck. So I would always have long sleeves, right? I'll go up there. Everybody's in line. Let's say I got 3 people in front of me, 4 people behind me. I'll look in the freezer, digging my arm in there, and I start sliding my ice cream sandwiches and whatever they got up my sleeve. Then I leave the line like, they ain't got nothing I want.
Shit starts melting.
I come back to the lunch table like,
I got you.
Yeah.
yo, lunch
$2.
right there. Yo, you know what I mean?
Now,
Like,
you know what I used to do a lot when I was at Putnam is, you know how we'd all be in the back for lunch, right? Stay smoking back there. And what's the name of the dude? He was the auto mech teacher, had the hearing aids. You know what I'm talking about? Older dude, he had the fucking hearing aids. He was always one of the security guards back there while we had lunch. And he'd always come over and be like, and he kind of talked normal. He you couldn't really tell the guy was pretty much deaf, but he'd be like, "Who's smoking back here?" And we put our cigarettes up our sleeve so you couldn't see shit. Mind you, reeking like cigarettes,
Burning
smoke
the
coming
shit
out the collar.
You gotta fold it.
Yeah.
You're packing cigarettes in your sleeve.
Yeah, like the 50s. So like literally
that dude from The Simpsons.
lit cigarette. You might remember me from such films. No, literally lit cigarettes up the sleeve, smoke coming out the collar, and we'd always fuck with him. So he'd come over, he'd be like, "Who's smoking?" I'd be like, "What? I can't hear you." And I'd say something like, he'd be like, "What?" And he would turn him up. I'm like, "Yeah." He'd be like, "What?" I'd have him do it like 4 or 5 times. I'm like, "It's not me." And just say like, "Ah."
Yeah,
I don't get paid enough for this shit.
Yeah, fucking kids.
I know.
Damn.
Yo, man. But you got to start somewhere and you got to end somewhere, man. If I end up working at Putnam, and I have a hearing aid on and shit. I'm gonna
you failed.
This day. Now I'm gonna remember this day. I'm like, Frank said this shit.
Yeah, that karma cursing motherfucker.
So that means that everything I do from here on now is to beat that eye.
So listen, I don't have much faith in it that you're gonna beat it, but no.
Putnam, I'm coming back.
I'm getting my resume ready now.
Yeah.
No. It's funny though because you made a good point that while everyone else was like strictly focusing on the academics, we were doing the both, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I would not have chose any different high school at the end of the day because being able to like not go to classes and just focus on whatever that trade was,
right?
I don't know, like for me it almost put us like in a different world, you know what I'm saying? Like it was nice to be able to just kind of concentrate on that, and I felt like even though I dropped out before I graduated, I ended up going back getting my credits and getting my diploma, but I felt like I was already getting a leg up.
Yeah.
You know, against whatever, because they're trades
that might have gave you the confidence to say fuck this shit.
Potentially, yeah. But there, a lot of those trades weren't just just regular labor scenario, which I don't discredit those shops by any means, because now they're in fucking high demand. But yeah, like I got something out of it that a lot of other people were just going to school as we already were halfway there.
Right.
We could already apply that to when we went to college.
Right.
Even though I didn't go to college to apply it, but you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you also didn't have to go to classes for a whole because they switched it to marking periods when I think we were weeks the freshman year. Yeah. It was every other week.
We were weeks, and then it was like one marking period all.
Then they switched it to market periods. Which was the shit.
It was.
You guys were like on vacation, not vocation.
Yeah, but no, but our shop teachers, still did like Mrs. Parker. Our shout out to Miss Parker. I still talk to her from time to time.
Miss Smith.
She still makes sure that like we were busy, like we had assignments. We fucked off a lot. I won't kid you, but we still had work to do.
Now, to give some context, we're talking about 94, 95, 96.
I was dodging bullets.
I remember in cosmetology, us all watching the OJ trial. School shut down. We were all in cosmetology watching the OJ trial.
Wow.
See?
I was one of the only white dudes that thought OJ was innocent. It was very awkward for me.
Yo, OJ, even if he may or may not have been guilty, he was innocent for.
What do you think?
What do I think? I think he did it.
Yeah.
I think OJ did that shit.
I think there's a good possibility.
I don't think he did it with the knife. I think he did it with a bottle.
So what do you think about the? What do you think about the glove though? Because if it don't fit, you must have quit.
It was planted.
See, the glove.
I think he put it there as an alibi.
See, the glove is short for G-Love, right? and
yeah, he was only using that to finger blaster.
Yeah, yeah, man. But I'm saying, it takes one to know one. You know what I'm saying? And in all.
Oh, you killing white women?
Murderer?
Nah, but what I'm saying was like
this has turned into making a murderer.
Yo, but you see how they partied together? How they all got down? It was like a free for all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the way she died is just like, it was happenstance. It's gonna either happen that way, some other kind of. She was fucking the dude, the surfer, Caitlin.
Yeah. You want to know why I think the reason why I wasn't on the OJ's guilty train is because so many people, namely whites, were automatically, before they even had any details, already saying he's guilty. And I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
And even at fucking 14 years old, however old I was, I didn't like that shit. Like, you don't even know someone's story and you're already condemning the man. Like, what if he really is innocent? Let the facts come out.
My real reason for believing it is that for a black man to come that far and get with a white woman and live in that society, and she died from multiple stabbings, that's a crime of passion.
It's personal.
Yeah, bitch, I came all this way. You know where the fuck I'm from?
Right.
I could be with Boquita right now. God damn it, dude, I came all this shit.
Maybe he wanted to fuck Kato.
Before I go back anywhere, I'm stabbing somebody.
Right. I'm taking all you motherfuckers with me.
Yeah, there's no arsenic. There's no hanging. No, this
I don't even think they're even robbed of anything.
No.
Either. They're just straight up murdered.
Life.
And then after, it's like,
yeah.
I'll call you back tomorrow. Oh, I can't call her back. She's dead. It's done. It's a crime of passion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like strangling somebody.
Yeah, stabbing is intimate.
You ever want to strangle somebody?
Well, you can't say all stabbings are intimate.
Yeah.
When you're making contact to contact,
I mean, I stabbed somebody.
I'm just saying, I've been in stabbing situations where I did to survive.
I went straight to jail.
But I mean,
that I was lucky about.
But I mean, premeditated, you're perfectly fine, and you're thinking about doing it.
No, when you stab someone 9 to 10 times.
Listen,
No,
in psychology, they teach you that stabbing is.
It's real personal.
It is.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
it's up close. It's up close.
Personal. You know what you're doing.
You're making contact.
Exactly.
I think when you're stabbing more than one time.
Yes.
Because I stabbed once. It wasn't personal. I wasn't even angry.
I was gonna say because there's a situation of like defending yourself.
Did you say anything when you stabbed him?
Nah.
Yeah, he said, "Feel this, motherfucker."
Yeah,
I would have said Riverside, motherfucker.
Yeah, he said, "OJ."
You gotta have a catchpatchrease if you stab.
Yeah, you do though.
I've done worse with less.
I would have used the 70s term. Take that jive, turkey. Then I would have put the knife.
See, I would have had to go to the
it would have
next.
been a butterfly knife.
I would have had to go to the next generation and call them a Mark ass buster.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
Yeah,
my
or you gotta
God.
snap at him.
Take
Right.
that jive.
And do like the Michael kick.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yo, but I mean, I wouldn't really. I don't know.
Do you have like a sheath for the knife?
my jeans, man? My jeans. I'm gonna cut myself on the way out.
Got you. All right. Battle wounds.
Yeah,
Yo,
man.
y'all are
Battle scars.
Like I think.
You said you gotta have a catchphrase when you stab somebody.
Like,
All right.
like I'll be back or something like that.
Hasta la vista.
Yeah, you gotta have a catchphrase.
And there's the milk.
Because you don't know on the other side. Like, what if guys like, what did he say to you before you left? I don't know. He didn't say no catchphrase. Go back and do it again.
Or
They got you reliving it.
maybe you get in because you had a good catchphrase. Guys like, yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let's
you
go.
must have done something to deserve
Right.
that motherfucker saying,
He said, "Get
Riverside,
down."
motherfucker.
Do you like shag rugs? Come on in.
Yeah, man.
All right, so that just made it awkward. Anyways,
This is 2020. Everything's awkward, yo.
I feel, you know what? I feel like that's probably the truest statement I've heard all year. Everything's awkward this year.
You gotta be comfortable being uncomfortable in this shit.
Hell yeah, I've lived my life that way though.
Yo, so
I do the-
so that means this is nothing new to you.
Hell no.
So going on 40, right?
Culture cipher.
50.
Yo, culture cipher. Culture cipher. You know what that is? So you got the alphabet that comes from the gods and the earths, right? Or not the alphabet, the numbers, and every number
Right.
coincides with certain things.
Yeah.
So 4 is culture, and 0 is cipher, right? So when Ghostface came in like, yo, Shamik just got busted in the head 2 times. I was going to get my 40. And, what did he say?
He said 2 culture ciphers, 1 bag of wet.
Nah, that's the skit when he was like, I just came in. Shamik got busted in the head 2 times. Niggas came through with the culture ciphers, all that kind of shit, the Wu-Tang shit.
Yeah, I haven't heard that in forever.
Bro.
We used to break down the numbers and go over each
When
individual one.
when
It's just been so long for me.
When Shamik got busted in the head 2 times, I thought the culture cipher was like a book that they were gonna, or like some like bath salts they were gonna heal him with or some shit. When I learned that culture cipher was a 40. And I have a Wu-Tang tattoo.
Well, you know what's fucked up
about
though?
this shit?
I barely even remember the number. What is it? Knowledge, wisdom,
Knowledge,
All I
wisdom,
retain is food,
understanding,
clothing, and
culture.
understanding.
Yeah, I barely
That's
even
not
remember.
even-
No,
that's
but we
not-
used to
that-
go over them.
Food, clothing, and shelter.
Yeah, but that's the 12 jewels. That's
Yeah.
that's not the supreme math.
Right.
The reason why we're so cloudy on it is because
You guys are cloudy.
Well,
Yeah, no, I am, admittingly.
I'm for
That's
sure.
my life.
New
I
York
just don't.
is down south to us.
Well, you know what it is? It's like I don't, and maybe it's bad. Maybe it's I'm getting out of unaligned. I just don't apply it to my everyday life anymore, and in a sense to where I'm really linking the numbers to what's going on, or how I'm reacting to a situation, my opinion that I'm divulging. Like I think the links are still there. I just don't realize that I'm doing it.
Yo, because you
know
got
what I mean?
everyday life on top of all the dogmas. We could be talking about Buddhism, anything, but you still got to match it up with everyday life. And
That's
full
today's
circle.
mathematics.
Yo, full circle too, man. Like I said, I got in a car accident, man. I broke my C7.
A Cessna.
Yeah, my Cessna. I got a torn rotator cuff. I snapped one of my ligaments.
Well, hold on.
driving?
Well, hold on. Pause
Yeah,
that. Pause that. You said you broke your C7, and then you said you just don't use the supreme mathematics and the supreme alphabet,
Unknowingly.
but you don't, because in your everyday life there isn't any correlation that you can draw.
That I'm consciously.
So he broke his C7, and that's understanding God.
And the revelation of what happened. To
But
top it all off.
this is my point.
No.
So it's there for you. It's divine intervention,
No.
even if we don't want to use it.
Oh, well, I just got to put my perception to it. You know what I'm saying? Realize.
that's the key, because I feel like you're always where you need to be when you're supposed to be there.
Divine timing.
I took a walk. I said, I'm going to take a walk and see what happens. When I took that walk, I saw this brother, and he was like, yo, be in my video. Then I was a dope dealer. But just from taking, but you're always
That quick?
Yeah.
You didn't watch it? I sent it to you.
Yeah.
I tagged you.
Oh, you know what? I started watching it
Oh,
and didn't finish it. So you know what? We'll play it on tonight's show.
You fucked up.
Yeah.
Because
No,
was
I'm actually
funny.
glad I didn't watch it now, because then we can watch it with the audience
That
for the first
shit was
time.
funny
Absolutely.
as fuck.
And the whole thing is like since I've been having this downtime recovering, I've been going.
Oh, so this happened not that long ago.
in June 23rd.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Becoming a dope dealer didn't happen that long ago.
But that part, like, yo, like I having opportunities to like be in somebody's video, or having opportunities to like go on stage, or like embrace the microphone, even just having this blessing of being here today, and we're actually celebrating your birthday, reconnecting with you, and also building.
Yeah, this is probably about the biggest honor that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I have chills, you know, like literally I got chills, you know what I'm saying? Like right now. And the thing is because it's like, yo, you don't never know where you are, and it's not like I woke up today saying I was going to be here.
Right.
And in the media, people think that everything is planned and stuff like that. Some things are, and you can tell, but like,
Yeah, but not everything.
this is organic. This is more. This is organic, like a sandwich, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, there's no other way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure indeed.
it actually is. It's glucose free.
Yeah.
I don't mind no glucose.
I don't know. Oh yeah, gluten. My bad.
I've been
one of the
sugar-free. I've been
GLUs.
sugar free. One of the GLUs.
Yeah.
And
You know, high fructose corn syrup.
Gluten, no gluten.
Yeah.
I eat it all. I don't give a fuck.
We were talking
I'll
about-
sort it out later.
We were talking about diets and shit, man. That's the other thing, man. I quit smoking weed. So and my thing is I live and let live. The second I quit smoking weed, that wasn't the second I started preaching to other people like, nah, you don't do this and you don't do that.
Right.
Do you?
Right.
Like if it's
I'm
inside,
about to say, because I can't stand that type of scenario. Just because you decided to stop one day, don't
Right.
start treading on me.
Right.
yeah, like what makes you Al Sharpton all of a sudden? Like what the fuck? Like you
Not only
tell me?
that, too, a lot of times those people are the first to go back to it a couple months later.
Because when they're telling you not to do what you're not doing, sorry for that. But
No,
when they're telling you not to do what you do, it's because they're projecting.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, and they're looking for validation. You know, it's all about validity. And then not only that, people are natural, like they want other people to be on the bandwagon to almost reinforce their, and I'm not saying everybody,
Misery loves
but a lot of people want, they want to be like reinforcing their decision, have people with them, agreeing with them and so forth. And, you know, I don't know, a lot of people like something going on that puts them onto a different level to what gives them something that they feel differentiates them from everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
And where I defer is that I'm like, yo, I can't have those same people that I was just rocking with and just turn on them 180 and expect them to.
True.
Right.
Like that's crazy.
Right. After you still owe one of them a blunt session.
How about that?
Like
Shit, matter of fact.
Like I quit smoking weed, but I still owe my weed man 60 because I got credit. So it's
I don't owe you
not
that.
out the game
I quit.
completely. I quit, so I don't owe it. No.
That's the only reason why I quit. I squashed a lot of debts.
Exactly, man. I think
I don't even smoke no more.
Right.
I think the doors that opened up though are my energy. I said I don't want to do comedy high. I don't want to do comedy drunk. And the first time I do something, whether y'all laugh or not, I want to do this shit sober, right?
That's apple juice.
But nah, dead ass. Like I was like, nah, it's at least with the weed, right? Because I know I'm a gregarious person. I have a lot of energy. I'm very curious about things in life. But if you always lit, you're a stone. You're not going anywhere. That's why they call it stoner. Like, you know what I mean? You're a rock. You're literally just there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, sometimes you just got to be high off life, because the good thing about weed is that it builds up energy and thoughts and things like that. But at some point in time, you got to exercise it. And when you do, at that point, you can't be high.
No.
Yeah.
Because that same blunt that's going to inspire you is going to be seeing one that holds you back.
See, I like smoking, but I find that now it depends on the situation. If I'm just home and I smoke, I feel like I waste, because I get to a point where I get so tired after smoking, like I start nodding out and shit, and I'm like, now what I could have used, I could have got an extra hour of work in. Now I'm ready to shut everything down and just go lay in bed. You know what I'm saying? And just watch. If I'm up and smoking, it's a little bit different because I don't get into that zone. Like it's really just to unwind and have a good time.
Right.
But if I'm at home, I barely smoke anymore because I feel like I know where it's going to lead to. It's going to lead to unproductivity. reality.
Yeah.
And that's for some people. That's not for everyone.
No. And it also depends on what kind of weed too, because if you're hitting what is it, sativa's a downer and indica,
I can't.
or is it vice versa?
I'm a sativa guy.
Sativa's the upper.
Sativas are inspiring.
Yeah, I need the upper.
Yeah, that's
if I hit indica, then that's and what I probably get a lot of times when I don't even know what I'm not a connoisseur.
You seen the end of Napoleon Dynamite?
It's been a while, but yeah.
Where he's like, "Why do you love me?"
I haven't seen that forever.
That's indica to me.
Yes, that's a good example. Actually, all of them are on indica.
Yeah,
all of them.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean?
Like,
you want to buy a bracelet? All of them.
Gosh.
Yeah. Your mom goes to college. Like all.
What if I feel like I want to do gosh?
Dude, who else but someone that's fucked up on indica strings up an action figure and drags him by the back of the butt? She's going.
Okay, let's do this skit real quick. What are you gonna do today? What are you gonna do today, Napoleon?
I don't know. Gosh, I don't remember.
And then he puts the fucking thing out the window and drags it.
Yeah, I haven't seen
all
it.
Indicas.
I remember the stupid shit out of there. I remember like, let me get your tots. No way, I'm freaking starving. You know what I mean? Shit like
starving from indica.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
He smashed the tots in his little side cargo pocket. That shit was funny.
Yo,
freaking idiot.
Nobody in that whole
I don't have enough room for my nunchucks. Sorry.
Nobody gave a fuck how he dressed in that movie. I'm like, is this a period piece?
Dude wore 80s winter boots. Like the ones you had as a kid. Yeah.
Dragon Ball.
Did he had the Dragon Ball Z boots?
Watch that shit again.
And they were fucked up too. If you know it, they weren't brand new boots. They were fucked up boots.
They leaned.
Yo,
they were pronating.
I thought that was a reality TV movie. Like, I didn't think it was like a real production. That's what we're talking about with like what's real and what's fake. Napoleon Dynamite, the way it looks, is fake. This is real.
Lord.
Like I said, I didn't know I would be here this morning. This is real.
Oh.
Allegedly.
Well, allegedly, maybe.
Yeah, this could all be the Matrix.
It's perception.
Well,
we have to be here to observe it to become a reality.
Yeah, it's like a lot of religions. They're not real until you make it real.
See, the only thing about a lot of that shit and that mindsets in general, though, is like, you can get yourself down a rabbit hole very easily when it comes to that. So it doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad thing. It's just you get to a certain point where like, all right, how far do I want to go into this thinking to where I can wrap it back up into a scenario where I can apply it to my life and move forward from that with that on my mind.
It has to boil down to that.
But for me to continuously think about it and to like really utilize it, it has to benefit my direct life. And I'm not saying that having some of this knowledge doesn't benefit you in general. I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about on a day-to-day basis. Doesn't mean it's not good conversation piece though, and just to kind of like brain scheme on a new way of thinking on something or enlighten yourself to wow, I never thought about that.
But it depends on what type of life you want for yourself, and that's when it becomes applicable.
A happy one.
Well, that's
simple as that.
That's subjective.
No. Well, it is.
You're happy.
My happy. Yeah. Exactly. Mind you, though, I only care about my happiness.
Exactly.
I don't want to tread on your happiness, but I only truly can affect my own happiness for the most part.
But that's when that type of knowledge becomes applicable or not.
The way I see it is, how you have two people against each other praying to the same God. How does God decide which one gets the favor?
You know what? I think at the end of the day, he doesn't choose the favor between either one of them. He knows that they're praying to him no matter how they're doing it. It's like no matter...
So God is like Shang Tsung? People fight to the...
Yeah. So, but think about it like this.
Speaking.
Think about this, though. Think about a maze that has multiple routes to get to the exit, right? Doesn't matter how you get to the exit as long as you get there. Right? Yeah. So no matter how you do it, whether or not you celebrate Ramadan or eat pork, don't eat pork, or whether or not your priests don't have relationships with little boys, no matter how you do it, if you're true and you're a good person, so forth and so forth, it all leads to the same end, I guess is so he's not choosing.
And the end is death. Because we don't know what happens. That's the grand equalizer.
To me, though, that's funny that you say that, because I think majority of people's faith is all about wanting something better than just non-existing when they die.
Yeah. It's like hypergamy. It's like, I keep looking for more. I want more and more.
You get what I'm saying there? I think there's so many people that are so scared about what happens after you die, the possibility that there is reincarnation, the possibility that there is heaven and hell and so forth, that they're so concerned about where they may go. Because you got to think about it, too.
That's where religion comes in.
That's where religion definitely was started,
I think,
at the end of the day, for the most part.
Because
if you really go back on religion, then we're talking about the god and goddess and all that good shit. So, but that was a little bit different. That was relatable to day-to-day life, right? But you get to that point where morality rates were a lot, like, the age limits were a lot lower. You know what I'm saying? So a 40-year-old man such as yourself was like fucking a senior citizen. That was like, might as well be 80 years old back in the day, right? So it's like death was happening a lot quicker. It's something that was on your mind a lot sooner than it may be these days.
And then superstition was like a real thing.
Oh yeah,
Still is.
Oh yeah,
and that would help reinforce their decisions. So like step on a crack and bake your mama's back was a real thing.
Well, religion is a branch off of superstition.
Well, so upstate NY pipe smoker, I think I know who that is, if that's easy. He said religion is a form of control. Religion has turned into a form of control, or may have been a form of control for a while, but that's the powers that be that represented the so-called religion that turned it into that used it for their benefit. But I don't think religion itself was necessarily why it was started.
Religion, though?
But, I mean, I guess when it comes down to actually organizing it and setting rules and so forth, yes. But I think just the inception of a divine, a higher power,
the
or so forth.
inception was spirituality.
That's where I'm going.
I tend to have a theory.
I turned into became people use it to their benefit to control others, most certainly.
I feel like you have.
It's still happening.
It's crazy how things work in threes, right?
Of course.
I was born January 12, 1982. That's divisible by 3. And then also, what else?
It's funny. I was born on the 24th of September, which is both two numbers divisible by 3. I think 81 is too.
What time were you
I'm
born?
80.
I don't remember that.
I was born at 3:33.
Me too.
That's crazy.
Whoa!
I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to see. Yeah, you might as well. I'm gonna have to see some birth certificates.
Wait a minute.
I think I was born.
You were born at 3:33.
3:33.
I think I was born at like,
which is 369, and then my birthday adds up to 369.
I think I was born at like 4:02.
It's an angel number.
Oh no, I was born at I think at 4:05 in the morning. I think is when I was born.
And that's 9, which is divisible by
Yeah.
Divisible by 3.
Yo.
You popping this?
Yeah, pop it
Wow.
up.
Shout out to my mamacita.
Wow.
It's her birthday on
And
Sunday.
shout out to Rick
Mama?
Ross for the bottle. Oh.
Is it?
Well, it's her birthday. She gave birth, right?
Oh.
Yo, so
that's
once
it.
again,
Am I
this
tapping it?
occasion,
That's dope.
we gotta, and we do a thing over here. We tap the bottle. I've lived in places.
Yeah,
where
we've
they-
always.
I lived in places where they don't.
Yo, I make them tap the bottle. Just because it's what I do.
Yeah,
I'm like, no, you're gonna tap this bottle, motherfucker.
yeah, yeah.
333, brother.
Yeah.
Okay. You got.
Hey, I'm at least in there.
You got to
409.
talk about the last
405.
bottle we did actually.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna look up
for
something.
that accomplishment, right? He just. Oh, but you didn't even know he had got put away, like two days later. So that's why, like when you did the
That's
video,
fucked up.
Wait, what?
he didn't know.
What?
He's home now. That's what we just got the call. He just got home.
He's home.
Who? My man Connell.
That's what we were talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
got you. Yeah, he was supposed to be on the show.
Yeah.
Do you know what's crazy, and I don't mean to
We put
digress from the conversation, right? But my birth year, 81, is 27 divided by 3, or 81 divided by 3 is 27,
Yeah.
which
That's
is
crazy.
another divisible by 3. That's fucking, yeah.
That's important.
All 3 of my numbers in my birthday are all divisible
When
by
we
3.
were younger, she used to page me
333. My Gmail is ericae333@gmail.com.
My wife wakes up at 3:33 all the time. And 9/11, she always looks at the clock at 9/11, and it bothers the shit
I
out
know
of her.
between 3 and 4 is the witch's hour. 3 a.m. to 4 a.m.
That would explain why she wakes up during that time frame.
Well,
We've been slacking in that department though.
Yeah.
We got to get back on our grind.
So we're doing this for.
I've even, you know what's funny as shit, right?
For the 333.
Hold on, I thought of you right when this happened. I'm sitting there driving home, and I just, for some reason, it popped in my head like, man, like I've been falling off, like, and I don't even feel as good because of it, right? And I look up and I'm like, you know what? It's a full moon. And I look right up and instantly give thanks, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as I do that, a fucking hawk
Are you
flies like
serious?
down close past my windshield, and I was like, yo, I'm sorry. I literally said, I'm sorry. I've been slacking. Yo. And I drove home thinking about it the entire time. And I was like, yo, I gotta
real
pick
like
my
that.
game up, yo. As soon as I fucking said that hawk, it was like, motherfucker, yeah, you're slacking. Like, checking me. Yeah, you're slacking,
So-
motherfucker.
So I'm saying you right where you needed to be, because that hawk didn't know you was gonna be there.
So Phil Valentine,
Or
are y'all
did it?
familiar with him?
Phil Valentine is the yeah, I know you're talking about Doctor.
Yeah, he's very wise, and he was describing what God is to him. And what he was describing is God can take the form of variations of things based on the stasis of life. So basically, if you took a house and you wanted to build a house, the hammer would be God and the nails would be the angels. Feel me? So and
the force.
exactly. So like that's what happens. It's like God becomes.
So if I get a splinter from that hammer, my karma is off or something, right? Like you said, I'm off
the
balance.
splinter from the hammer.
Yeah. So if God became the hammer and I get a splinter from it,
The splinter is Job.
Yo,
I was thinking, and he pops it too.
yeah.
I was thinking Ezekiel, but whatever.
Yes.
Well, and we're in Springfield. You know what I mean? When I came back here, right? Y'all seen the movie Welcome Back, Roscoe Jenkins?
No.
Of course.
Martin. Yeah, I felt like Roscoe
Fuck.
Jenkins coming back here. You know what I'm saying? But that's because he came from a place where he saw more of life and came back a little bougier, right? And
Yes.
Bougie.
his girl he came back with. His girl he came back with.
That
was
white
like,
cup
oh
over
my
there.
God,
Will you
you're
have him
from
fill that
here?
for me?
Yes, sir. I'm tending the bar right now, yo.
Yes, that's what we do. We have him come over as a special guest, and then we make him pour us drinks.
I'm tending the bar.
Thank you, bro.
Who's next?
That's me right there.
All right.
Please, thank you, sir.
And this is once again, this is an honor.
I don't want to forget about talking about what you got going on, though.
Oh yeah, we'll
No, that was me.
We'll tap into that.
Thank you, sir.
Into that.
Pink is for me.
Yeah, but yeah, he's back home.
Cheers.
That you don't even know how
Man,
happy
birthday,
I am
man.
For that, I appreciate you.
As,
and welcome home, young man.
I assume that's still an ongoing scenario, or is it he's clear?
No, he's well.
Yeah, you don't have to divulge if you don't want to,
yeah.
But for now,
It's
welcome
just-
home
he's
and
here.
stay home
Cheers.
till
Here.
Christmas.
He's here.
Ride out New Year's.
That's the most important part.
You know what I mean? Welcome
Cheers.
home.
What happens after that
I did take a sip, but
is based on how we move.
well, I will say this: I'm very glad I switched to boxer briefs.
Me too.
Yeah, because my boxer leg would always get ruffled up and shit from sitting down and getting up and sitting down, and it would start turning into almost like whitey tighties after a while. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have that problem anymore. The only problem
All joking aside, you just switched.
I've been switched for about a year now.
Oh, okay.
You switched from boxers to boxer briefs?
Regular boxers to boxer briefs.
I've been doing briefs since.
and I won't go back.
Boxers are too baggy.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And they would end up getting rolled up my leg from
Yeah.
like sitting down, getting up, sitting down, and this shit would like start cutting shit, get irritated. Like, yeah, fuck that. I'm glad I switched.
It makes you feel like you're chafing.
yes.
I think since high school.
I haven't been that.
I switched.
I've been in boxers fucking for a long time. I just end up switching. I do want to say real
So
quick
you missed
though.
the whole Joe Boxer era.
I did. I did. Oh, you know what though? I was a big Naismith fan. No, totally joking. Just want to shout out to chat. Nick, I see you. Easy. Nadine, congratulations on winning last week. You should be receiving your gift cards in the mail. I sent that out normal mail, so give 7 to 10 business days.
Considering COVID.
And we're giving out more money tonight, so make sure you guys tune in when we come back from break. I'll have a question for you guys to be able to call in and try and win some cashola. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to you guys. So again, before we go to break, I want to make sure we spend some time talking about what you got going on. So at the end of the day, right, you found your calling in entertainment. Is it fair to say?
At the beginning of the day, I found my calling in entertainment.
Okay.
I've been lying to myself all this time.
Thinking that that's not something you were interested in.
Well,
Pigeonholing yourself, basically.
nah, because I'm half Jamaican, man. We got to work. You know what I'm
Rude
saying?
boy.
Going 100% into something that's not concrete and proven as a way to get money. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people they come from Jamaica, especially the females, and they want to become nurses' aides, some kind of nurse situation or some kind of domesticated like catering to someone else thing. And so my mom,
Do they want that, or do they just think that's a good field to go into?
I think it's more of a learned behavior, maybe a vestige from like serving. I don't know, man, because like
Even back to
and then
the
and
worst
then-
of the worst of slave days and shit.
And then the British influence on Jamaica.
Yeah.
We drink tea like a motherfucker, like all that kind of shit. So like just
You guys hate the Queen's language, though.
yeah, we abuse it. We stomp on it and trample it and everything. What do you think blood clot means?
Isn't that a woman's menstrual cycle?
Blood? Yo,
Women
yo,
putting period blood in the stew.
Yo.
Ain't that be the means witches?
how you know that? How do you know that?
Because
method man.
some of my
It's literally a blood cloth.
Yeah, so
okay.
So
for periods.
I don't know a lot. So one of my
Menstruation.
brothers, I consider a brother of mine, is straight from Kingston. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Rooster.
You my brother. My name Rooster. You my brother though.
So yeah, it's why they call him Rooster is actually a funny ass fucking story.
Yes, my you.
So they call him Rooster because he'd fall asleep at the beach all the time, right? And out there, the chickens sleep in the trees. They get up in the palm trees, and he'd be sleeping in the trees all the time. So they call him Rooster.
This dude that I was just taking care of for was at not assisted living, but like home health aid.
Right.
He called me a rooster. He said, all the chickens want you. I started dying. He said, you're a rooster.
That's because I have a big cock.
Jose?
Yeah, Jose.
Shout out to
Jose. He called me a rooster.
That's awesome. Oh,
Yo,
oh, my bad.
You know what I generally have going on is just self-expression.
Okay.
At any way that I could possibly do it. I kind of like brushed on it, but when you get your life almost taken from you, man, anything
New perspective, right?
Anything you were apprehensive about is not a thing anymore. You're like, yo, let's do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, because it's evident that you're not promised tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when you really realize you're not promised tomorrow, it's a whole different fucking story.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
I used to do this thing called Nikon, where it's called self-introspection.
It's Asian, right?
Yeah, Japanese. And every night you write down or you ask certain questions. Have I harmed anybody? Have I did certain things, right? What good have I done for the day? You know what I mean? There's different variations of it, but I used to do that when I was a kid, and I stopped doing that shit. And I started doing that more often now because I'm like, yo, all right, how do I define myself and who I am? Because when I started doing that at first, I was in college, and I was like, all right, what kind of motherfucker am I going to be on campus? How am I really, you know what I'm saying? So I was developing myself that way, but nah, this is real life now. So I'm like, how am I impacting people? What am I doing with my life? And that's the reason why I'm changing my last name. It's a selfish but altruistic and like giving reason, right? I feel like my family's done what they've done at this point. It is what it is. But for me and who I am, I don't have children. I don't have a wife.
See, I can't change my last name, man. That's my.
So who's the first Marvici?
Going back generations in Italy, like generations. Like I can't trace it.
I could see him in loincloth with a Boston.
There's a good
with a Boston hat on.
Boston Red
It
Sox.
didn't even exist yet. It's just the Red Sox
with a cod piece on.
See little Santa booties.
People didn't even wear socks back then. He's like, wait, I was in my Red Sox. He started a whole trend.
Sock on his forehead.
No, but you know, again, I'm not 100% Italian, but you know, as Italian is a good share of my blood, and I don't know, it was like I feel like it was bred in me. It somehow naturally. It wasn't even like really said to me. It was just a feeling that I have that my name has to carry on, my legacy has to carry on.
Right.
But it is different if you don't have kids.
See, and the other thing is too, my last name's Andrews. Currently, my last name's Andrews.
It's a little bit different to my.
I'm changing my last name to Museum.
Wow.
But I'm spelling in all caps Roman letters.
So that's what that is.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
He just sent me a bunch of cap letters and said, you better capitalize these.
Yeah. and much respect, because like, yo, like I have a friend, right? We started out calling him Rob, but when he asked me to call him BJ, I'm the only one that did. I'm like, yo, you're BJ from now because you said so. So instead of calling you Rob, you're BJ. So if I say da 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 da, so that's this. It's respect.
Well, I could see in your, you know, in I would say both of you guys' case why you wouldn't have an affinity towards your last name as I would, right? Because to the best of my knowledge, my family wasn't told by somebody else, this is what your last name is.
Right. I guarantee you, everybody whose last name is Washington, Jefferson, Jackson, Adams, they're all black. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah. And you know what? You know what's fucked up too about that is more than likely there's a good chance that was the last name of your heritage's, your family roots
it's
owner.
More than likely. No, it is.
You know what I mean?
Right. That's the problem.
It is. Because
and then
Washington is George Washington.
Right.
Jefferson
I meant a direct correlation to them, by the way.
It is. Look at what is it called?
Grants.
Thomas Jefferson, University of Virginia. He started that school, and like his house is over there and everything. I spent a lot of time in Virginia, but specifically after high school, I went to the Army Reserves and I did my training there. Came back here, figured it out, applied for college. then went to Virginia and stayed there till 2012. And then I've been back here low key, and I haven't really been doing anything as far as media or anything like that. I started rapping out there.
Oh, word. Okay.
We gotta talk about your rap career, yo. That was one thing that I was like, what? Hold on, who? He raps?
Yeah, it did.
Excuse me?
A lot.
Yeah. And I have to because people, like I said, you got to start somewhere, you got to end somewhere. And what I saw was probably in your middle process. I didn't know you even fucking had the really rap.
There you got a chance to peep some shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
this was years ago when me and him first connected.
Oh, yeah.
Was he wearing a suit? Because I love when he used to
That
wear
was when he was battling.
Yeah.
Those are the battles.
Really?
Yeah, I got battles on YouTube as well.
Really?
Yeah.
My brother was like, Frank's always got to wear a suit.
Yo, Frank.
I feel like the
Gotta
times
wear
I
a
wore a
suit.
suit is when I really did better, too. To top it all
One
off.
thing about me is, like, I know a lot, and I'm used to saying what I know. But when I hear some shit I don't know, I'm like...
And especially if he's wearing a suit.
Nah, listen, I love at the end of the day.
Rapper wearing a suit.
I'm going back to Suit Saturday.
I like making music way more than I like battling, right? Battling was fun to do, and I enjoy doing it, right? But music is something that I can hear it in many different situations. It's a way for me to express myself. I don't necessarily have to direct it at an individual. It could be me just expressing myself, right? But I don't know. It got to a point where I know that to really get the music out there, I was a show person. I would do lots of shows. I'd go on radio shows, do whatever I could. And it was just so fucking time consuming. But it's funny because now in 2020, I've never had a desire to write more. I got to get off my ass and start doing it and stop thinking about it, right? That's what I'm fucking cursed with right now, right? My own barriers. But it's funny because I like
Starts with one song.
It really does. It just fucking pops the lid. But I like the fact that now is I want to make music because I want to make music, not because I want to push it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happens with it, happens with it. I'm not saying I don't want the world to hear it, but that's not the important driving factor anymore.
And therein comes the freedom.
And that's what I'm excited about.
The freedom.
That's what I'm excited about because now I'm not catering to anybody. I'm not thinking, oh, are these people going to get this? Or is this set of people going to understand what I'm trying to say here? Like, I don't give a fuck about any of that. I just want to make something I want to listen to or feel like writing.
One way I used to hold myself back in music, I would never say what year I'm doing the song in. So I'm like,
smart.
Real niggas, 2009. And then the song doesn't come out until 2014. So I'm like, fuck, why did I say 2009? I gotta go back and go to another studio.
It kills me. I just realized that I have a thing against rappers who state their name on their song. Like I just
You hate me then.
See,
I just realized that.
It was bred into me to do that to make sure motherfuckers know who you are.
So were you young or
it's
little?
like getting your name on yourself.
I know, but
it's like
I regret it now only because
this is some new shit though.
No. I regret saying my name a lot because now because I got that legal cease and desist and I didn't want to have to worry about fighting it in court and paying all the lawyers and this and that. I regret throwing Frank White around. And now if I didn't really say that in any of my raps, it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Who else was a Frank White though?
Dude down in Tennessee when I put out the Big B's video.
He was mad that you got more hits.
First week
Frank
that shit
White.
went to 10,000 views in 1 week without paying any promotion.
Yeah,
right?
he was tight.
Frank White, gangs in New York. If anybody sells a nick in the park, I want in.
So, and the thing that I liked about rocking with Frank White is I didn't really give myself that name. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not
That's
to say
true.
I wasn't the only Frank White that there was around, but I was given the name, and that's what everyone referred to me as, no matter if I wanted it or not. So I was like, why the fuck ain't I called this? Let's just roll with it, right?
Yeah.
But then all
Fuck
of a sudden,
the other one.
right. And then,
So what was the other name though?
I originally started
God.
off as Fallen, Fallen from Grace.
Animal.
Animal was the very first one.
Those
but then,
are way too big.
what was it? What was it? Fabulous Circle that
Those
had an
names don't
animal.
even fit your. Those names don't even fit your person.
No. It was different stages of his life though.
But they Fallen did because Kindred was like on some kind of like on some Jedi mind trick.
Esoteric as
Yo,
fuck.
if I hear Kindred, that's my cousin with locks, son.
That's
Nah, we
what.
went in
The
on
funny
that
shit though is a lot of people would think that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But no, it's two
So
white
if I
dudes
see
and
you
a
walk
black
through the
dude.
Now we killed that first project.
Kindred.
Yo, for being complete one.
Yo,
like
If you hear it, you'll be like,
That's what I'm saying. Catch
these
me up.
niggas.
Catch
It's
me up. Send it
it's
to me,
super
man.
nostalgic
Catch me
now
up.
when I listen to it. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
a classic.
It really
we
is.
got a
though.
classic.
Yo, how about
And Dread, the Dread shit. When I was in jail, that fucking, I remember getting out and hearing that Dread shit. I'm like, oh my god, these beats are crazy.
Yo,
Niggas
that
rip
actually,
shit.
that's probably one of my favorite albums because I feel like we were on fire when we made that.
That shit was nuts.
And for us, it was a place marker just until you got out.
Yo,
And
that
the
shit
thing
was
is,
nuts.
right? The thing is, right? Even if how many people do you think heard this music?
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
We probably could have been thousandaires if we were thinking about getting paid off of music.
We were making good moves back then. So we're talking about like 03, 04, like, 02 in this vicinity. And we're actually like performing with big ass names. Like things were starting to happen. So now when we first recorded the very first Kindred project, that was really just kind of like, but that was like really getting our roots in. But then unfortunately things happened to where Six got taken from us or L got taken from us to where me and Mike or Sakai kind of moved, continued on just waiting for him to get back. And we made the Firstborn album. And then that's when shit kind of started popping off. Like we started, I don't know if you've ever heard Jedi Mind Tricks or so we started working with like them, Just a Law, like a lot of them cats, Virtuoso. We started
Like underground, like
because of that though, we were starting to come up nicely in that underground
It was different.
market.
It was
it was really
people
different.
that run through here, man. Historically,
now
Crumb
that shit's
Snatcher.
pop.
There's people that have been running through here for years, like Crumb Snatcher.
Oh yeah, I've actually
Crumb Snatcher's dope. They got
chilled
songs with
yeah.
Crumb.
See what I mean?
I'm on track with Crumb. I chilled out with Crumb a lot. He's a good
Balak
dude.
Yalad.
He tried to holler at my aunt.
Barack, man, I miss
Shut him
Barack.
down.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Crumb's good shit though. I like. You ever heard of Blackistan?
Blackistan from Pakistan. What up?
Yo, Black's my boy. Yo, Black's good shit. He actually fucks with Army of the Pharaohs like heavy. He's a part of Army of the Pharaohs.
You see?
They got songs. You got a song with Bonnie.
I got got a track with Bonnie Stone.
Now to synchronize all of this, New York is down south from us, right? Mm-hmm. And we got to make that shit right. Because one thing about where we live is that, like, I always was like, yo, how come nobody puts our songs in the shout-outs? How come nobody's like, Springfield, put your hands up. New
You know
York,
what's
put
fucked
your-
up though? They
Yeah,
all
I felt
stopped.
left out.
Nah,
You know what's fucked up?
Fabian right now.
He's making moves.
Fabian's making moves. Matter of fact, we're gonna get him up here. That's my guy.
I actually talked to him. He hasn't got back to me about a schedule
that's
yet.
my guy.
Well, you reach out to him then.
Yeah,
To answer my
me
question,
and
I
him
feel
have been cool though, but he just hasn't got back to me on
That's
schedule.
my guy.
To answer my own question, I feel like it's because you can't reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? I think this place is a place of innovation, though. You know what I mean? It'll
Well,
start
we're like,
here.
and the-
Rappers get robbed.
we're
when they
like,
come to
we're
Springfield.
no.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. We famous
that's-
artists in general, famous
come
musicians, the whole
here,
nine. We have a
like-
stigma.
Yeah.
Something always happens.
It's very unfortunate.
Back to the classic rock '80s hair metal days. Every generation has a bad story with Springfield.
Yeah, they get robbed.
The only one that doesn't,
They get robbed.
truthfully, is the 60s, 50s era. Bobby Womack, one of my favorite. He used to perform on Worthington Street.
Oh no shit. Didn't know that.
Worthington Street was a different thing back then.
Wow.
Yeah, so they used to have like him, James Brown. Like, I don't know about James Brown specifically, but that soul music used to come through Worthington Street.
Wow.
That Hotel Worthy, I got pussy in there.
I didn't even
You
know there was a
heard?
hotel where.
Yeah, I didn't either, to be honest with you.
You know what I'm
But it's
saying?
fucked up because
It was a thing.
Led Zeppelin came here back in the '70s. Like the whole shit, like the whole stage got wet, or some bullshit happened where Led Zeppelin just stopped. They're like, we'll never perform here again. They never came back. Skid Row came here in the '80s. That's where like somebody threw a bottle at the lead singer. He threw a bottle back into the crowd and hit somebody. Got sued. Yeah. They never came back.
50 caught a
50
case out
Cent
here.
Prodigy.
with a bottle.
Trey.
Prodigy got his
robbed.
chain snatched, which I didn't realize. I knew the dude that did
got
it.
Beat up.
Jim Jones, Trey Songz.
Yo, Springfield's like is like the nowhere city, but on the way to everywhere.
And
So they all come through here.
I feel
They
like
just
the-
like they're like, yeah, I'm leaving this place behind.
I feel like the more used to things like that happening here, the more people will be like, all right, cool, I'm not gonna just go out and show my ass.
No, you
I'm
gotta
gonna
show
just enjoy
love.
myself.
Right.
That's the problem. When people come here and show love, you get love back.
Right. Yeah, if you come up here acting a hard body, that was the problem with Prodigy. He was acting hard body,
Yeah.
and he got his chain snatched.
Well, in the book, he blamed that shit on the bouncer.
I met P though.
Yeah.
Yeah, outside of Springfield.
I've only got a chance to dap him.
Did
and
he
that was
reach
it.
up to your? How far did he reach up? Because I didn't know how
he's
small.
small.
he was.
Yeah, about to say he was short. He was only up to like my shoulder
Wicked
to me.
small.
Like about that.
A lot of
But-
artists are.
But you know what's dope about P?
Wow.
P is one
small.
of many. No, I won't say many. P is one of few artists
Shout
that
out to
you
all the
can.
short rappers.
Yo, you're stupid.
DMX.
Prodigy is one of the few rappers that you can listen to his music and realize that he was way ahead of his time.
He was holding himself back too.
In what way?
Yo, man, when you listen to Mobb Deep,
He was.
his last album
he
was like
was
Hegelian
educated.
dialect.
Do you know what that is though?
But his, yeah, I do. But his first, from coming from Code, like from not Code of the Streets, from like the infamous Mobb Deep and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he didn't.
Up to where
I feel like he didn't try too hard.
Einstein and all that, where he ended up going. It was like, yo,
it's his growth.
He was giving you a little bit of Illuminati, got my mind. So he was giving you a little bit of it, but doing full albums like that.
So let's be real, right? Prodigy was never. Prodigy's one of my favorites, right?
Me too.
But
Me too. And Styles P.
But I can, hell yeah. But I can also say that at the end of the day, Prodigy wasn't necessarily one of the most technical rappers.
What?
Right?
He had.
No. Well, let me.
That nigga said, "I'll throw a TV at you, crazy bitches. Say P, you crazy."
No, let me divulge though, right? What I'm talking about,
crazy with crazy.
So that's not what I'm. That's not technical.
Your glory.
That's not
when
technical.
I first realized that crazy rhymes with crazy.
What's technical though is what I'm talking about is when you're actually rhyming the words in between the rhyming words and so forth. That's technicality. You're a wordsmith.
That's technicality to you.
Well, but that's a technical.
You mean internal rhyme?
That should be universal.
No.
I'm not saying. It doesn't stop there though. I'm talking about just multisyllabic, having double
if
entendres.
You're saying nothing in between, it doesn't matter.
It's not about that. You're hanging on the one example I'm giving you. I'm talking about in general when you're almost making every single word that you're saying count.
But
you're a technical rapper.
Whoa, hold up.
You mean how you pronounce it?
But there has to have context.
What you're yeah, exactly.
You can't
it can't
just
be just
rhyming,
filler.
but nobody does that. Jordan Lucas is the only
Eminem?
one. No, he's whack as fuck.
I'm not a huge Eminem fan, but if you really break down all of his raps,
that nigga says whatever the fuck he wants.
But no, he actually goes way deeper than that. There's a lot of that. First and foremost, I'm not an Eminem fan like that.
Eminem
right?
raps like a cardiologist.
Right, but if you actually take some of his shit to where he's not being silly like that, like later on albums, I actually watched this dude that broke. I don't know why the fuck, because I'm not really an Eminem fan like this, but he broke down one of his songs. Right, later albums, right?
Songs are dope. When he makes a song, it's fly.
But one of the later albums, he broke down in like every fucking word almost inside rhymed with a meaning, and then came back like correlated with this word that rhymed with this word that correlated back from the first word of that sentence came back in with this syllable was the only syllable that went with this syllable.
You're talking about the shit where you're talking about where they highlighted in colors. You're talking about that.
No, he
shit,
would
right?
listen to like a bar, stop, and then say what he's saying.
No, I'm saying the dude who's informing you is highlighting the bars and colors so it can connect back, so you can see.
No, he might have. He may have.
It almost looks like coding or something.
It was a white dude.
Yeah, it was a white guy.
Yeah, who's a rapper himself.
And he was highlighting the colors, so you knew which word would rhyme with what, and it was crossing back. It was crazy.
He may have.
But
But that's what I'm talking about. Technical. It doesn't necessarily make what they're saying necessarily better. It's just how much effort you're putting into rhyming and having extra meanings and all this additional shit. Prodigy was just a little bit more straight to the point.
But when he
rapped, dude, his verses to me are some of my favorite verses in the world.
Because if you didn't have
that nigga told you not to. He said, "Be careful about the toothpaste you're squeezing on your toothbrush because it has fluoride." That nigga said that shit in '99.
I know, but what I'm saying is that that's not really
technical.
So no, that's actually giving you a value to what he's saying. That's not necessarily technical though.
You know what white people do that I notice, and this is no shot at you. What they do is they take what we do and they find a way to maximize it. So give you an example. Like we created the car, but then Henry Ford produced the car in mass production.
I'm not giving credit over to one artist over the other. I love Prodigy way more than Eminem.
But what Eminem has done is he's found a science in rhyming.
Well, yeah, that's what he gets a rise out of.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
He's good at finding the science, but when you break it all down, it's not really feeding my soul.
Well, that's why I feel Prodigy more.
Do nothing with it. It doesn't stick to my bones.
I would rather listen to Prodigy all day.
I know you do,
all
but I'm
day
just
more,
saying overall.
I feel what he says.
I'm saying overall, artists, because black people too, they hold them high. They get caught up in the technicality, and they forget that what is this doing for you moving forward.
But see now,
moving forward, I'm gonna put this bitch in the trunk.
We moved past my original point though. What I was originally trying to say, is Prodigy might not be the most technical rapper when you're correlating it to that, right?
Right.
But I still he still has some of the most shit that hits my soul way harder than a lot of artists that are out there that may be considered by some to be better lyricists. But I'll still pick Prodigy over 95% of other lyricists out there.
I always look at what I'm learning. I don't learn from Eminem. I'm just sorry. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't take... I could see his skill, and he knows how to rhyme.
Yeah.
But what is
I can't say
it doing for me?
I can't say I haven't learned from the one thing I've learned from Eminem is not to be scared to kind of just like
say whatever the fuck you want.
The things that maybe you wanted to say that you didn't think maybe you would get judged in a negative manner for. It kind of gave me the if he's saying all this shit, then I can just have a ball.
I feel like I feel like Royce has figured out how to do M shit, but on my level.
I can agree with that.
I'm glad that Royce
Not
doesn't
just
have
your
to defend
level.
Eminem all the time.
No, I'm saying on the level where it hits me.
Right.
No, I can't rhyme like Royce.
No. What I'm saying is like I agree with you on a level that I can relate with too. I went through a weird period with Royce. I went through a period where like I always identified his talent and how nasty he was, but I went through a period where for whatever the reason I wasn't involved in the hype that he got. For whatever the reason, but
me too.
It's come back around to where I'm like, God damn, Royce is
disgusting.
Royce is putting a lot of his energy into defending Eminem, though.
Whatever, that's his man. So
yeah, but
I'm not gonna hold him accountable
on your album.
I mean, whatever.
If
he defends him on an album.
I mean, I'm just saying. Like I remember.
I haven't heard that.
I remember in my casual.
Royce is way better than
in my
Eminem.
casual.
That's the crazy part.
Nah, I think
I'll agree with Mike on that one. M's best work is with Dre.
I think in my casual listening though, because I mean, speaking of which, man, shout out to DJ Screw. This is a 3 a.m. This is the tape right here for DJ Screw and shit. And on the back, it's my mom blank. Like this like that chopped and screwed shit. That shit saved my fucking life. When I first went to Texas, like I was like, why the niggas playing this shit all slow down? What the fuck? It's a vibe.
Hell yeah.
It's not about. And so then it gets into a different conversation.
It does.
Instead of Eminem and Prodigy, then we're talking about who you like, Lil Kiki or you like Zero.
I like Lil Baby.
I gotta take myself
and I like what the fuck is it? NLE Chopper.
Yo, him? I haven't heard any of his music, but he got me taking CMOS.
Yo.
The dude, tell the people about who this guy is. NLE Chopper,
Yeah,
shout out to
he's
you. Tell
dope
the
as
people
fuck.
about who he
My
is.
guy Kano put me on.
Yo.
I tried to listen to him. I was like, I can't rock with this. And then we were going to get a rental and shit. And he was like, yo, this nigga's on your shit. And he
really
puts it
is.
on. And I'm like, yo, stop playing. Like,
Yo, I have to. I told my wife the other night. I think it actually was just last night. She showed me a video of a dude a white dude with like some shaggy hair that was like spitting some flows like in the car. And he's like, all right, he's got some flows and there's some wittiness in there, but I wasn't really overall impressed, right? And I was like, I know a mad people that can do what he's doing, but because they're not like this shaggy looking kind of like maybe stoner looking white dude, they wouldn't get the same notoriety, right? He's getting it because it's like, oh god, it's like a white looking suburban dude with longer hair that's flipping like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and just the way he was snarling his lip when he was rapping, I'm like, I guarantee he does not do any of that when he regularly
The
talks.
dude that Jadakiss got with him?
I'm just
dope.
but I'm just saying I kind of have a problem with that when you're not like that when the mic is off.
I haven't been bought
and it's
yet.
just like a complete act, and like so once you turn the beat off, and he's like, yeah, that beat was just exhilarating. I loved it.
What's that face that the dude on the hero? He got the hero face.
Yeah. When he regularly talking to him? No, yeah. So
what's that guy's name?
I can't remember his fucking name now.
Tyler
I think
Hero
it was Eric Colson or something. No, I think that's fucking MGK.
That's his real
I think so. I can't remember, but at the end of the day too, though, I was like, you know what, my problem is, I'm a hater, and I go, and the main reason why I'm a hater is because a big part of me is always on that lyricism.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to stop doing that because there's people that are not putting music out for the lyricism, they're doing it on a vibe level, and I'm missing out on some shit because I'm so like, oh, the lyrics, you know.
How much of a hater are you?
I think I'm a big hater.
I mean, in life.
Not in life in general.
No, he's a real life hater.
I can't say not at all because I am, but I'm more. The biggest thing that I really hate is rappers like that don't try in their lyrics. I hate them.
I'm starting to get out of the word brother because it's tossed around so much.
No.
I have people who I really call brothers, but I do have a sibling. My sibling is a hater, supreme hater.
So he's not your brother?
Yo, but I have people who hold me down who are more like brothers. And the thing is, you can always choose your friends, you can't choose your family, right? And the thing is, this whole thing is started by the word hater. This rant is sponsored by hater. So basically, like, I'm like this. How could you have this much vitriol for something that you don't know? If he hears Gucci Man, he's like, oh,
See, I'm not to that level.
He hulks out, and it's like, yo, like, why is it that serious?
Right.
Is it like, does it tap into something internal in you that you don't like?
See, no. For me, is if we're just bumping it and we're chilling, I can vibe out with it,
We're
no
talking
problem.
about-
As soon as you stop and ask me what's my opinion, like, or you're like, oh, this dude's so dope. Did you hear what he say? Then I'm like, it wasn't really that hot. And then all of a sudden it turns into, really? And then I have to explain myself. But if you never asked me, I would have been just chilling back on my drink, bopping to the music.
Well, he can't
Just
even
don't
do
ask me
that.
my opinion.
He can't. Like, my sibling can't even do that.
Yeah, see, I'm not that bad.
See what I'm saying?
You want to know what it is? I also don't like when my wife likes people that it's not me.
Oh, shit.
I'm just being real.
Wow.
Yo, one thing about a woman in your house, if she allows you to make terrible music, get rid of her.
No, see, yo,
if anything comes out of your front door without your woman's approval, and the streets tell you
Nah,
that
my
it's
woman will
bad,
tell me shit's
you
whack.
need to look at her. Yeah,
Yeah, she's
that's
real
what
with
she's
it.
supposed to. That's
No.
like you going outside with your shirt unbuttoned and shit like that. Like, that's a representation of her.
Yeah. Now, see, the thing that I respect about my woman is she is a big proponent of independent musicians. Like, she gets mad when there's someone that's super talented that doesn't have clout because maybe they didn't buy into the system or, you know, whatever the case may be.
The best artist will never be heard.
Yeah, and she's passionate about it, right? So that's one thing that I respect about her. Like, she'll put me on to new singers and shit like that I would never know about otherwise. And actually, one group I'm a huge fan of, and they're not getting much respect, they're called FARR, F-A-R-R. They have this one song that's called Blades. The singer, it's so much soul. It's so much soul in it, though. Like, when I hear it, the way the beat drops, I like want to play it right now. Like, I fucking love it, right? I would never have known about it if it wasn't for her, right? But also, at the end of the day, she also kind of doesn't mean to, like, say things. Like, she's just trying to give respect and love to, like, what someone may be doing. But I look at it like, get off their jock. Like, what the fuck? And that's just me. That's my problem. That's not her problem.
Love it too.
But then I'll end up.
Is that the
loving
battle
shit.
rapper or the artist?
That's the battle rapper. Fucking, you can't, like, I'm still living on the code that we lived by back in the day, like, where we don't even talk to each other's girlfriends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even look at her or have a conversation. That's the old me that just kind of needs to die. I'm a man. I'm a mature man now. I'm mature and I'm secure with myself. But yet these insecure little tendencies that for some reason developed are still there. And that's just me. I just need to grow the fuck up.
Well, the thing is that just disrespecting
That's growth, too.
another person's musical craftsmanship, like what they actually like presented to the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if it got to the point where somebody you love can respect it, there's got to be something in it that you can see too. And you
Well, especially with her, she's a huge music fan.
Yeah,
And if you're good, she doesn't give a fuck if you have 10 followers or millions.
And it
If
might
you're
not
good,
even-
you're good.
It might not even be him. If the shit he did was mixed and mastered or recorded by somebody else, it might sound like shit.
True.
So it's just the ultimate package is what it is.
Yeah.
But you know what I will say
That's
is,
true.
generally speaking, the people that she will put me onto, she'll find like no beats or no nothing. Them just in the car, singing.
Remember this shit?
No production.
She put me on to a dude singing. You'll
Teddy
like
Swims.
him. Yeah, you'll like him.
Oh yeah, I heard.
You'll like him. I know you will.
Yeah.
Remember this shit?
Wicked soulful. It's like,
I love shit when it's got soul in it, man.
Yes.
That shit penetrates my soul.
yeah,
I thought
does.
my cousin used to
The
lie.
stank face.
I have a cousin that makes music. This motherfucker used to lie so much, man. I thought that he did the dun, 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 dun. I thought that was him.
Oh shit.
When I grew up,
For real?
When I grew up and realized he didn't do Beverly Hills Cop, I was like, you fucking loser.
I hate you.
Yeah.
He ruined your whole
Yeah,
childhood.
'cause
Huh?
My childhood.
Because he used to play this shit. He used to play this shit in his room, and I was like, "Oh, that's the guy, Axel fucking Foley. That's my
Yeah.
cool." But man, when I realized, man,
You sound like a gullible ass.
yeah, I was.
You don't remember,
I was too. I ain't gonna kid
listen,
you.
you don't remember I used
I
to
was
put
Goober,
Linkin
man.
Park, and you guys used to look at me like I was crazy. I used to
Yeah.
have Linkin Park.
I didn't like
on.
Linkin Park because they're too emo.
Linkin Park was
what are you
dope,
playing?
though. Yeah.
And I used to always say,
little
like,
emo for me.
You gotta
Till they
mix,
got with Jay-Z, then you jumped on the dick.
exactly.
But she was saying it before. She was saying it before Jay even
Yeah.
thought
I
about
was
it.
never a big Linkin fan personally.
Oh, you're
No?
bugging.
No, I'm not saying that they weren't all right, right? But I come from I came from an era like
You came from the real rock.
before it got all in their emotions. I come from seriously though. I'm just not really big into emo like my parents hate me type shit. Okay. But I can't say no. I don't mean to diss them.
So you don't do Dance Gavin Dance, no Johnny Craig, nothing?
Nah, not really.
Emma Rose.
So listen,
it was all about Linkin Park's production.
But the thing about I know, but the thing about them that I can't get behind it, I still have to like your lyrics. So when I hear like a lot of it was depressed. I'm depressed because my parents didn't treat me right or this or that. And now mind you, I don't take away from the fact that really affected them the way they affected them. But I like Metallica was political. They were talking about how fucking Americans are sent off, like the poor are sent off to be soldiers and are just dying in drones, and shit like that. Like they had a statement: freedom's not really freedom of speech is free speech as long as you're saying what we want you to say. Like that was their type of message. That's just like Rage Against the Machine. The only
Rage was crazy.
That's the type of shit I like. System of a Down. Yeah. I like that shit that pushes back against the system. The only band that I really fucking loved that was a little bit on that emo shit was Korn. And the reason why I like Korn a lot is because he went through a lot of shit with his family. When I got kicked out by my family, was living in foster care. Like I had problems with my stepmom, where he had a song talking about "You're my stepmom," and it was relatable at that time of my life.
Music's like that though.
It really is though. Yeah. But it was also fucking hard as shit. Like I wanted to break someone's jaw when I heard it.
Korn is crazy.
I love Korn.
But I do like Linkin.
So
even though
I'm not saying I hate Linkin.
Wait, are you getting like a little confused? Like Linkin was more like
I know exactly who Linkin Park is.
Okay.
Exactly who that.
All right.
The only song I really like was like their first one that blew up. Shut up when I'm talking to you. Shut up. Like I like, but other shit, But even that song, cause I'm about to break, I just heard it and I was just like, shut the fuck up.
Was in the beginning, it was nothing.
It definitely was. Their first like popping single was. Oh, shut up when I'm talking to you. Shut up. And they had the fucking mixing going on at that part. I guarantee you, if you put on the first Linkin Park song that blew up.
That was it.
Yeah, that was the track. I know exactly who the fuck they are. But if you listen to their other tracks, it got on a lot more like self-loathing. And mind you, I'm not discrediting the people of who they are and the people that identified with that music. It just isn't for me.
It's like the more money they made, the worse they felt about themselves.
No, but good chance, you know what I mean? But it's like, at the end of the day, I grew up in an era where it was like, get over it. You know what I mean? Like, you know what? Just always talking about your feelings and like how you had it so rough growing up because like your parents weren't around or whatever. It's like
you need more Bel Air.
It was like, get on with it.
I feel like that with comedy. With self-deprecating comedy, the comedians that shit on themselves, like
I crack jokes on myself.
But
I'm not saying I can't stand Lincoln. They're just not mine.
I know, but you know what too?
Wait.
Anyone else?
By the time.
Go ahead. I'm gonna hit this sweet bitch.
I need a refill.
Nirvana,
shout out to Mamacita.
Shout out to my mama.
Thank you. Yeah, shout out to mama.
Nirvana was my first listening to rock.
Nirvana I liked and disliked.
But I'm saying that was my introduction.
Right.
So when she put me on,
I love Bush.
The Machine Head.
Oh yeah. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in,
that's fire.
Breathe out.
Yeah, that's fire.
Glycerin.
I had you guys listening to Michelle Branch.
Yo, I'm a huge rock head. Yo, I would constantly try to play metal for him. Constantly.
Right.
I can put. I have a few bands that I fuck with.
And now see, I like metal.
It's not. It didn't have to be. Metal.
I'm a hard rock fan. I love fucking hard distortion, crunchy guitars.
I'm post hardcore.
You like Triple X? Because he does that.
Yeah.
Did you listen to some of his
I can't say I listened to a
metal?
I can't say I listened to a lot of it.
I'm asking you because I want to know what you think.
No, I'd have to listen more to have a real opinion. Yeah. You know what I mean? But one thing I do want to say though, it's 9:17.
Oh, we gotta go for break.
And we gotta go to a break real quick. I want to do this now.
10:17. Gucci.
So let's do this. Yep, we'll do one more salute here. Happy birthday.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And then when we get back, see, I couldn't really fuck with Stain either. But when we get back, we'll have more. They have one or two good tracks, and I don't even think Aaron Lewis is really good. That good of a singer.
Here? Is that Stain?
That's Stain. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your influence.
But I still won't hate on people's success. You obviously had something.
Especially local.
But you had something that appealed to the masses. Who am I to fucking naysay that? You know what I mean? Even if it's not my type of shit. But all right, we're gonna go to a break real quick. When we get back, we're gonna have more motherfucking Just Being Frank. We still got Wayne up in the house. We got a game. We got a lot of shit, and we have the money giveaway.
Yeah.
Hold up, Pipe Smoker's putting us on to somebody real quick that we gotta check out.
Who that?
Time McDonald.
Pipe Smoker, what up?
What did he say?
He said,
that's easy.
He said Time.
Dance Hall is where it's at. I like Dance Hall.
But he said Time McDonald's way better than Eminem. I never even heard that guy.
Oh, no. He's talking about Tim McDonald, I think.
Tim?
Isn't that dude, that white dude with the dreads? Tom McDonald. Yeah. That's that white dude with blonde dreads.
I gotta hear him.
He sounds very non-threatening.
Tom, the only Tom, like I thought Tom was okay. He threw me off when he had that track with Mad Child though, the White Cracker track, because it almost sounded like it was like kind of borderline racist. Like I don't know. I'm not a big fan of when people like kind of give that. Well, why can't we have white pride? It's because you can't. I'm not getting into that. We're going to go to a break. We'll come back.
If I was white, I'll be all for my people.
But we don't have
I'll be white
people.
as fuck.
You have your Italian people,
I'm
your
saying,
Irish people.
No, I'm saying if I was white, I would be like really white.
I can't do it.
No,
I got to be able to support
whatever
the past.
I am. I'm going to be.
I got to be able to support the history.
Before the break,
I'm with you.
And I don't support it.
Before the break, just one last sec. What race were pirates?
They were mixed.
They were mixed.
They were fucking Spanish, English, Jamaican,
and they weren't racist.
So what?
You were you were either down or you weren't.
But as long as you heard "arg," you better start fucking running.
No, pirates are real as fuck.
Blimey, I don't know. No, it's actually English. I think.
Shout out to the pirates.
Born to be these.
Yeah. Ho ho ho, and a bottle of rum. All right, we're going to motherfucking break. When we come back, we'll have more Just Being Frank. Don't you go nowhere. Free money giveaway. All right, we'll be back.
Pirates.
So high I can't stay down. Yeah, I'm headed off to space now. So high I can't stay down. Yeah, a nigga really might have been space bound. Yeah, I'm space bound. Headed off to space now. Yeah, I'm space bound. I can't stay down. Headed off to space now. Yeah, I'm space bound. Yeah, I'm space bound. So high, yeah, I can't even stay down. So high, this kush taking me to space now. Model bitch, yeah, I got her with her face down. She loving the way a nigga dick really tastes now. But I'm loving the way this sour really tastes now. I'm so high, a nigga can't feel his face, wow. I'm loving the way this kush really tastes now. I'm so high, I'm so high, I'm so high. So high, I can't stay down. Yeah, I'm headed off to space now. So high, I can't stay down. Yeah, a nigga really might have been space bound. Yeah, I'm space bound. Headed off to space now. Yeah, I'm space bound. I can't stay down. Headed off to space now. Yeah, I'm space bound. Yeah, I'm space bound. Look, this wedding cake got me floating off into space. I elevate when I blow ions to the face. I medicate before a nigga take off into space. I medicate before a nigga take off into space. Super high, I ain't coming down. I fucked around, took off into space now. Super high, I ain't coming down. I fucked around, took off into space now. Yeah. So high, I can't stay down. Yeah, I'm headed off to space now. So high, I can't stay down. Yeah, nigga really might have been space bound. Space bound. Headed off to space now. Yeah, I'm space bound. I can't stay down. Yeah, I'm space bound. Headed off to space now. Yeah, I'm space bound. Space bound.
You're right.
Hello?
Hi, Skeet. I was calling about the axe that you have on Craigslist.
Yeah, still available.
Oh, excellent. Now, it says that ceremonial. Has this been used in, like, any type of ceremonies?
I don't know. I picked it up in an estate sale. I buy and sell things.
Okay. I just want to make sure it wasn't used to, like, chop off, like, foreskins at bar mitzvahs or anything, you know?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right, excellent.
I just put that in there because it was kind of decorated. I didn't know what else to kind of put a label on it.
All right, and you haven't used it at all, like chopping off, like, ferret heads or anything like
No.
that? Oh, okay.
No.
Right.
It's a decorative thing, but it has a sharp edge to it. So.
Because what I'm thinking of, I'm trying to do a medieval-themed photo shoot, and I think something like that would fit perfectly, like just complete nude holding the axe. So let me ask you this: how flexible are you?
Well, what do I have it at? 65.
55 actually. No, but I actually meant like how flexible are you? Like, could you touch your toes?
I don't think so. I'm 67, 68, so
Oh, experienced.
I don't know if I could.
Gotcha. So would you do it for an even 50?
Yeah, I'll do it for 50.
All right, maybe you can slap me in the backside with it or something. Okay, excellent. All right, so yeah, I'll do that. Maybe give you a facial, skeet, and is the best time to meet up with you at some certain point, or what's good for you?
Anytime tomorrow. I should be home most of the day.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, I have a couple of porno shoots earlier in the day, but after that I'm freed up.
Okay, let me know.
All right.
When you want to come by, and I'll be here for you.
Oh, you're by. Excellent. Okay, yeah, so I'll give you a shout in the morning, and then do you have any interest in starring in film by any chance? I'm looking for an extra.
I don't.
Okay, I figured I'd throw it out there, see if it found a crevice, or can't, something, stick it in.
Anyhow, call me if you want to come by and pick it up.
All right, yeah, then you can shove the blunt out of my ass. All right, I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much. Flapjacks.
And now, back to just being frank.
Listen up, bitches.
Yeah.
Story of my life.
What's good, y'all? We is back in this bitch.
It was lit, though. It was lit.
Yeah.
What was lit? I feel like...
Hitting the stag.
Which one's mine?
Hit the Jaeger. The one you had in your hand right there. No.
No, I know. Yeah, I'm just trying to top it.
I'm starting to feel all this shit.
Oh.
Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, because my shit had a tinge of that, and it kind of worked together.
Did you? You poured some in there?
No, it was already in there, but when I did, I was like, it did work together.
Fuck it. Let's try it.
It's called
I want some
apple
of the pink bitch.
Pour a little bit.
Sweet bitch. Toma.
Sweet bitch. Oh shit. She says donut.
Yo, you gotta tell them about the last bottle that we did and why.
So the last bottle, my man called me up.
You got a little drippage.
Oh. So.
You want the pink bottle?
Yeah, I can't. I gotta drink this first, but here we're gonna put this down here.
We've been quiet about a lot of stuff we've been doing.
And welcome home once again. Welcome home. That's for me.
We've been quiet for a lot of the stuff we've been doing because I just believe in that type of shit. You gotta have you can't have certain energies,
right?
Running with certain information because it could be someone that you love. You tell them something, and their subconscious will respond to it. And that's enough to fuck up the whole vibe of everything that you got planned.
Yeah.
So we usually keep things under wraps. But
no, you know what I find out too? It's like maybe not to give a little. You can give a little sneak peek into things, but it's always best, in my opinion, to wait until shit's ready to be unveiled.
I like to show
Bad boys move in silence.
Yo, I've learned the hard way by saying shit too early, setting release dates too early, or promoting this, and then shit doesn't happen, or it's not finished, and it's half-assed and doesn't happen the way it could have or should have because you didn't wait.
Speaking of which, my first album coming out January 23rd, 2026. Look out for it.
This dude is stupid.
Yeah, I'm on like 17 tracks.
So
Featuring Jay-Z.
I manage an artist. And the artist I manage is a close friend of mine, and the younger brother of a close friend of mine that had transitioned.
For sure.
Transition from man to...
From life to what's next.
Yeah, from life to what's next.
Oh, okay, I got you.
For sure.
I don't even mean
With
to
that
make a
being
joke.
said,
My bad.
E is that person's PR as well. So we put a lot of work into putting together something very, very special for him.
Absolutely.
And he's easy to work with because usually that's a problem. But we got it done. It was a lot of work, and we made it happen. And Wayne actually had been a part of it. So
Respect.
in response to that, he hits me the next day with wanting to pop a bottle in honor of that. And we went and did that.
That's
And it was a great thing.
Cheers,
because
Nakano.
Yeah.
And I would,
Cheers.
If Clico made a big enough bottle, everybody could have had some. And if I had everybody's number, you know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is that like you got to celebrate your victories. And what your victory may be a victory for someone else without you even knowing it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, most certainly.
And
I would never deny and or label what someone's victory should be.
Yeah, but and success is relative, all that. But like the thing is just like when we're talking about hating that first, right? Now we're talking about celebrating victories. Celebrating victories, the reason why that's important to me, in any budget that I put together for something that I want to do, I always include the after party, even if it's just me, even if it's just an extra bottle. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Because the thing is, all those times that you spend feeling bad when somebody does you wrong, like if somebody's fucking with me, I won't even smoke a cigarette for that motherfucker. Fuck that. No, I'm not even gonna. If I'm gonna come up, then come down a little bit. When I come down a little bit, that's because I'm celebrating. I'm not gonna. Like, especially because I don't smoke now. Imagine how much money you spent, like, fuck, roll some weed and be like, but that's bread. And that's time, and that's, you know what I'm saying? I don't let people get that shit out.
I'm smoking this weekend, though.
Oh, yeah, and absolutely.
For my birthday.
As you should. Matter of fact, let me rock that. Yo.
And before I get too far,
40. Let me rock that.
Before I get too far,
tell you why.
Yeah, let me see that 40.
It's time to it's time to do the money giveaway though. So I just want to throw it out there. If you want to win money, call in 413-241-7272. This is courtesy of TommyCar Auto Collision up in Northampton, Mass. Call in 413-241-7272. I don't care if you tried before. I don't care if you won before. No one's excluded, not excluded, whatever the fuck it's called. Call on in. We're going to keep on with the show, but once we get a caller, you get a chance to win $50. All right? Which you can spend on anything you want. Christmas, I don't give a goddamn. All right? 413-241-7272.
You want to know what's worse than Trump flags?
MAGA hats?
Please tell me.
Nah. Police lives matter.
Yo, man, how your job matter?
I feel like, well, it's not even that. I feel like when people do that, they're basically saying, fuck the lives of motherfuckers that are getting shot down by these motherfuckers. They're the ones that matter. See, so it's kind of like
that's 100% with this.
And
I'm not saying that police lives don't matter.
You'll find that the people who represent that are the same people that represent Trump,
or the ones that get mad when someone else says Black Lives Matter.
Well, Black Lives been mattered.
Yeah. But they should be mattered. But I have
a problem with that too.
But I get the original message of it.
What, you know, on which part?
The Black Lives Matter.
Okay, what's that?
So at the end of the day, nobody's saying that no one else's lives don't matter, right? But Black lives have been disvalued for so fucking long.
I agree.
For so many generations, right?
Right.
So, like, your lives matter just as much as anybody fucking else. I just feel that, like, cops' lives matter, all lives matter.
Without
it's just
context?
as a way of people that can't identify or relate or get the message of what that's saying, they somehow kind of feel, like, defensive about it. Well, all lives should matter. Like, we're not saying that.
It's like without context, anything is going to sound dumb.
Right.
You know what I mean? I could be like, yo, the sky's fucking yellow. And you be like, the sky's not yellow. But when you see, like, where I live at, maybe that particular day,
That's true.
Because
maybe you're
shit going
colorblind.
on. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of different things.
But when you're talking about specifics, and that's the thing that when we're talking about people who want to take surface arguments and then take that surface argument and make it the real thing. It's like, yo, sometimes we like, you look into shit too deep. You look into shit too deep. I'm like, you don't look into shit enough.
Right.
I know when not to look. I know when not to go too far with it. And go into la la land with shit. But at the same time, it's like, yo, delve into things a little bit. See what's what.
Right. Yeah, pop out of your bubble.
The problem I have with Black Lives Matter is kind of...
put that on hold.
Yeah.
We have a caller. Oh, I guess we don't have a caller. I don't think they mean to... Hold on, let me call him back. I don't want to get off of the point you're trying to make, but...
Somebody said, I got to call.
Maybe they're trying to call back in.
Yo, the thing about the callers too is that we are you.
All right, we'll try again.
But it's the thing of creators versus consumers, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was telling you earlier about creators versus consumers. You got people that buy, and you got people that make. But we want to kind of meet in the middle. So that's like, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you got somebody that's calling in, word? We're going to call you right back.
Right.
Because we're the same people. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we up here and you down there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's true as fuck.
That's why I respect that. I had to just put that out there. You calling them back, that's some real shit.
Well, no, you know what? Anybody that takes the time out to watch the show first and foremost, and then also takes the time out. I don't care what your motives are. You're taking the time to call the show. Yeah. Like, you deserve that opportunity.
Exactly.
You are on the Just Being Frank show. Who we got?
What up, Frank? It's Easy.
What up, Easy? How you doing?
Not much.
Yeah, well,
you got a lot going on, man. You got a lot going on.
Now, Easy always, listen, he always has, some weed going. He's got his computer going. He's got his dick in his hand,
Talking
right?
about not much. You got a lot going on, bro.
Real.
No, Easy's a shit. Easy, you ready to try and win some money?
Yeah, sure. What's up? What do you got going?
You know I'm not going to make this easy for you, right?
The last one wasn't that easy, because I think I still won that. That's my $25.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's debatable. All right, you ready for the question?
Yeah. All right, what's the question?
All right, so before Mount Everest was discovered, which was the highest mountain in the world?
Oof. Before Mount Everest.
You got to give me a second, baby
I don't know, man.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Just think about it for a second.
No.
Before Mount Everest was discovered, what was the highest mountain in the world? The dog's whining. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to think about this. It's kind of an unfair advantage, but just think about it,
Can
right?
you give him a multiple choice question at least?
Mount Everest was discovered. No, because it's a trick question.
Really?
What do you need, Gianna? Before Mount Everest was discovered, what was the highest mountain in the world? Tell him I said floss his teeth, or otherwise I'm going to put my size 11 up his rear end. Easy, come on, man.
Now I'm trying to think out of it as like a trick question part, like you said.
Right.
But like, before Mount Everest was discovered,
what was the highest mountain in the world?
Mountain was whoever designed that question's hill in their yard probably was the highest mountain they've ever known.
All right.
I guarantee you're higher.
All right, so I'm going to change the question for the next caller. I really wanted to give you the money, right?
I guarantee you're way higher than that.
So before Mount Everest was discovered, Mount Everest was still the highest mountain in the world.
Oh, my goodness. How could you not get that? What is this?
It just wasn't discovered yet. All right, I'm going to give you another question just because you called. If anyone calls in, I got to give them the opportunity, right? But so since nobody else has called in, I'm going to give you another chance. Fair?
Fair enough.
All right, this is going to be another trick question. What was the president's name in 1992?
President's name in 1992?
Yeah.
Was that Bush?
I don't think so. Nope. But, well, if you're talking Bush Sr., but that's not the answer to the question. Remember, this is a trick question. I can't make it too easy.
The president?
Oh, you're almost there. I'm gonna give you that hint by saying you almost have it. This is kind of an unfair one though, because it's super tricky. I tell you what,
like you just said, do you know how much weed I've smoked?
I know. So I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna give you
hour.
I'm gonna give you a couple of more moments here to guess, and if no one else calls in, I'm gonna really try to help you win this cash.
Help us help you.
For real. I gotta give this away. All right. So, all right.
I've never seen a man try to give away money so hard in my life.
Do you want another question? This will be your last one.
What's the last one?
All right. This is your last question. How many sides does a circle have?
No side?
What?
No side?
Nope.
Well, one?
Nope. Do you know this? You know this answer?
Yeah, it's got one. At one curved side.
Nope. You're not wrong necessarily, but it's not right. And you draw a circle.
All right, but if you draw a circle and you draw a line from the middle, then it's got.
Nope.
Like,
you don't get to draw another line. You just draw the circle.
So that's a half circle.
How many sides does it have? Come on, nobody else wants to chime in on this?
I'm going to say you get 360 sides because each degree plays its part in making the circle.
That'd be way too smart of an answer.
All right, fireball.
All right, easy.
I tried.
Two sides.
Two sides, you said?
Two?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because if you go by the circle, you can look at the inside of the circle and the outside of the circle.
There you go. You fucking won. Inside and outside.
You turned the circle into a disc and got the answer?
Listen. Oh, wait. Hold on a second.
That's mind-blowing.
Someone's calling in. Hold on. This may hang up or put you on hold, okay? Hold on a second.
It'll probably hang up.
If they get their question right,
if it doesn't hang up, don't hang up, okay?
All right.
Oh, hold on. I think hold on a second.
So what if this
was my bad.
What if this person gets their question right? Do they have to fight to the death?
I'm gonna give. I'm gonna give them a trick question. Easy, are you still there? Easy.
Hello.
Hey. Who this? You just called the Just Being Frank. Oh, what's up, baby? I got to give you a fresh question though. Yeah, I'm assuming you're calling to win the cash, right? This is my sister.
Jody. Hi.
You see it was Erica, right?
Yep.
All right. So, you ready for a trick question?
Yep. Trick question. Go ahead.
All right. Let's see. All right. So, John's mother had 3 children.
Who the fuck is John?
The first child was named April. The second child was named May. What was the third child's name?
John's mother had 3 children.
John's mother had 3 children. The first child was April. The second child was named May. What was the third child's name?
June?
No.
What?
No, that's the obvious. No, it's not. I'm going to give you, because I gave Easy a couple of guesses, I'm going to give you 2 more guesses.
Wait, what?
And then I think what I'm going to have to do, I almost feel, I don't know what's fair here. I don't know if it's fair to give.
Well, how many chances did we give the first caller?
I asked him
2, basically.
I think I asked him 3 questions, so pretty much 3 guesses.
Yeah, we had the.
I almost feel like if she gets this right, we kind of have to split the gift between the.
John?
John, you got it right in 2 guesses.
Yay,
Jody!
Shit. All right, Easy, if you're still listening, I'm going to take care of you in another way.
Hold on. What just happened?
Did you get that riddle?
She got it in 2 guesses. I got to give it to her. It took Easy like 4. She got it in 2 guesses.
So the fight to the death is done, but how does she?
But Easy, I got you though. Don't worry about it.
Got it. She said John.
So she said John's mother. I said John's mother had 3 children. The first child was named April. The second child was named May, and the third child's name was John.
Boosh.
Oh, I'm thinking it's March, like April, May, March.
That's the setup.
April.
Right. That's why it's a trick question.
First of all, it's not
June.
March.
It's June.
But I'm thinking like
Right.
what word means something else.
Yeah, but it was John.
She
So,
deserves that money.
Jody, yeah, you got it in two, so you are the winner. Like I said, easy. I will hook you up though, man. You've been hanging in there. You tried your damnedest, and you did answer that last question right.
They both won.
All right, so we'll figure something out for the both
We
of you
can
guys.
all win. Don't nobody gotta lose.
Okay.
All right, so this is the task that I have for you here from now on, Jody. Though.
Yep.
Even though I may not be giving away money, you still have to tune in.
That's hilarious.
And you gotta invite a friend.
And obviously, love you much.
I love you much.
Make sure you give the love to everybody there. Okay.
You're so cute.
Hey, I'll reach out to you. I'll probably just spin by and see you. That way, I can kind of kill two birds with one stone. I get to see you guys and give you the prize.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. If for some reason I have any problems, then I'll arrange to get it to you one way or another, even if it's just a quick drop off.
Alrighty.
All right. I appreciate it and congratulations.
That's dope. Clap it up. Clap it up.
Yes.
Clap it up.
Yes, congratulations to my sister Jody. And this wasn't the setup. I swear to God, she won it fair and square.
Yes, it was.
We're the callers.
It's all family members that have like won shit.
But I
pretty
just
much.
said it though. Like we're the callers. The callers are us.
We
You know what I'm
set it
saying?
All right, older sis. I'll talk to you later. Okay.
It's just the bloodline.
Alrighty.
That's what
Bye.
it is.
Bye.
Bye.
No, that's
Beautiful transaction right there.
So like I said, I got to still take care of Easy. Easy, I got you, brother. Fuck, you're not from this area.
Where's he at?
He's from I think upstate New York. If
Upstate New York?
If
Oh,
I'm
we
not
definitely
mistaken.
gotta take care of him.
So no, we'll hold up. Easy's good shit. So you know what? I'll talk to myself. I got a scheme in my mind. I think that will work
Give
for you
Jody-
guys.
Give Jody some cranberry sauce.
Yo, ski trip.
No, I think I have something that will work nicely for them. I actually
He likes that
what I can do. I love the can stuff.
Yes, it
You
has
like
to be.
cranberry sauce?
Yo,
It's a white and Puerto Rican thing.
Of course I do.
Yeah, it's
it
a white-
has to be canned.
It has to be canned. It can't be the natural
what?
stuff.
You like cranberry sauce?
Oh, I love
Cranberry
it.
sauce is amazing, yo. And you know what?
Con
This is,
chuleta. You gotta eat it with
Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up. But I got you. I got you. This is the first year that I didn't eat it.
I didn't eat it this year either.
I didn't eat it because it was in the leftovers, and I don't like leftovers. Like
I feel that.
Listen,
My
I don't
mom-
like homemade. I don't like the cranberry chunks. It's got to be like
Yeah, because then you got like the skins in there
like
and
that
shit too.
I want to see the
like,
lines from the cans
slices.
on that.
Yes.
That's how I know where to cut it.
That's where you know where to cut it.
Stop.
Real shit, man.
Yeah. Did we just become best friends?
Yeah, I think so.
My mom said she
You want to
wants
go play karate?
Yeah.
Cranberry sauce is necessary.
She
play
wants
guys.
to make you cranberry sauce because she don't think you've had the right cranberry sauce.
Your mama?
Yeah.
Listen. I'll try hers.
She said he's eating canned cranberry. I was like, listen.
Yo, that's how it goes.
I
Listen.
don't even eat cranberry sauce.
Only I will say this. Besides the musia, your mama's never led me astray.
Took
What happened? Oh, hold on. So besides musia, your mama's never led me.
Morcilla?
Yeah.
¿Tú comes morcilla?
She's never led me astray.
What's
Wait.
Except for that one time, blood
Morcilla
sausage.
is blood sausage.
Oh yeah.
Yo, mama fucked me up with that one time. Yo,
I
she
used to
didn't tell me.
Why?
His
And
mom
then you
gave it to
ate
me.
it?
Yeah.
I used to bust that shit straight.
I didn't know though. You can't just do that to somebody without telling them.
Nah,
My whole demeanor changed.
Actually.
Yeah.
I was never the same.
And just the name of it. It's just like blood sausage.
Nah, when you taste it though, that shit is fire.
It sounds like a hood
I
in
can't fuck with
California.
that shit right now.
I
though.
haven't had that shit since I was.
That shit will fuck
That's what
you.
I'm saying. I was a kid, but I remember the way it tastes, and
It's
it was
good.
fire.
It's good. I taste it now.
It's
Actually,
so
I taste
yummy.
blood sausage and a tinge of Fireball. Yeah, just from me thinking about this shit.
All right, listen though. The trick questions aren't over. We're about to play a game where I don't even know the answers.
I'm with it.
But my tablet died, so I can't play our
let me
game
tell-
show music.
Let me tell you about Black Lives Matter, though.
Okay.
So what I was saying was Black Lives Matter, and this is my opinion, and this is how I feel. I'm not one of those people that need validation for things. So I feel like Black Lives Matter in some cases, not in all cases, is like people seeking validation that Black Lives Matter. When in reality, we've done so much in the world culturally that we don't need validation. And
I
that's
understand.
where I have the problem. For me to
I get what you're saying.
participate
It's
is
like
basically
Black
saying I'm not aware of all the shit that we've done.
Right.
It's
You know
like
what
the
I mean?
full name should be Black Lives Matter. Duh.
I think,
But
I think
you
Black
know,
Matter lives.
You know,
That's what I think.
you know as well as I do, though. That's not really the prime. In my opinion, actually, I can't say that. You know as well as I do. In my opinion, that's not really what the true message of Black Lives Matter is.
No, there shouldn't be any.
No, but what I'm saying is you know what? Maybe I have it. Maybe I have my own opinion.
Yeah.
My opinion of what Black Lives Matter should be, coming from a fucking white man, I know.
If I said
but
you
what
were
I'm saying is,
racist-
you should be able to get pulled over and not worry about getting shot. You should have the same opportunities.
But that's not Black Lives Matter.
That's what I thought they were talking about.
The organization
No.
and the sentiment are two different things.
Okay, so I'm on the sentiment then, not maybe the organization.
So if I tell you you're racist, are you going to sit here and argue with me about you being racist or not?
No.
Because you know you're not racist?
Yeah, I'm not going to validate that.
That's my fucking point.
Right.
So when I'm participating in Black Lives Matter, it's like I'm saying Black lives don't matter, and I need to tell you that Black Lives matter to make it
I understand what you're saying.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
I just know, at the end of the day, I've been, and I'm sorry to cut you off. I just make this quick point. I just know there's a lot of white people that I talk to that have come from similar backgrounds, come from like the same, grind or whatever, come from the same neck of the woods, similar upbringings, where they're like, oh, I never had white privilege, this or that. And I'm like, no, you still have. And we've gotten to like arguments.
You
So
saying black people have had white privilege?
No. White people that have grown up maybe in the hood as I did, or like, poor, whatever the case may be. And they think that alone puts them on the same level.
As what?
As a black person.
My thing is,
and I don't think that does. I don't think I got, just because I came up in a similar situation as you, and we maybe did a lot of the same things or put in the same situation, I still have the benefit of having white skin.
Yeah.
And I acknowledge that.
Yeah.
I agree with you, and from a black perspective, or not.
But I'm still an outcast.
What I'm going to say is something that I never said publicly. This is something that I normally say to my friends and shit, like on the phone when we're talking shit. If a white person asks me for money, notice I said asks. If a white person asks me for money, I go, wow.
I'm sorry. It's just the way it was funny.
Do you know what wow is? Waste of whiteness. Why are you asking me for money, man?
You can go to the bank.
Nah, it's like
you got a good credit score. What are you doing?
No, it's not even that.
I know.
Let's take it down to like, we're talking about white privilege. Like, I don't have white privilege. You could exercise it all you want.
You could have it if you acknowledge that you have it.
Right. And the thing is that like I don't want to make white privilege as like boogeyman or something like that, because everybody has privilege. And I need to tear down that shit right now. Like,
there's black privilege. Yeah,
there's Puerto
definitely.
Rican privilege.
Absolutely.
There's fucking Chinese privilege. Who else is here?
You want to know how I know the day where I really, because I never even thought about that, because I was telling you, I don't know if it was during break or on air, about the mixed life that I grew up from day one.
Off air. Tell them about it.
So it makes you, like, when you grow up with a mixed cultural situation that I did from day one, my household was just filled with everything except for maybe Asian, but there was white, black, Puerto Rican, all that shit. I mean, shit, me and E were best friends at fucking 4 or 5 years old, right? So you don't see any of that shit, right? I never really even thought about that shit. I didn't really think white privilege really existed, right?
Yeah.
I was so ignorant, just carrying on through life, thinking like, what? Because we never talked about it with one another because we never had to. You know what I'm saying? It was never an object, right? But I think I almost hopped on the same train of, I grew up in the same hood. I don't have white privilege either, right? But then I went by a cop while speeding, had to slam on my brakes like to slow right down, and I kind of put on a white look, and I was on my way to work with a tie on. Cop didn't look at me twice. My boy told me about a story that happened like the day after. I seen him a couple of weeks after, right? He told me it was identical. Whoop, 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 pulled him over. But not just pulled over for speeding, out the car, on the hood, in cuffs, searching the car. Another cruiser pulls up. And the dude honestly had a more legitimate professional job than me. Was just speeding on his way to work.
And the thing is fucked up is if he was speeding and they put him on the hood, I was just doing fucking 85. This shit's hot.
Bro, I'll tell you some other shit.
You're burning the shit out of me.
I'll tell you some other shit that's
But that's when it clicked in my mind. I was like, oh shit, I can whiten up and get away with a lot of shit.
In a relationship,
you exercise.
Say you're a black dude, Puerto Rican dude, and you're dating a cultural woman, whether she be Puerto Rican, black, whatever the case may be, right? She'll give you more bullshit than she'll give the boss at her job that's a white man.
Wait, say that again. So if you're a white or Puerto Rican dude dating a black chick,
yeah,
okay,
if you could have like a disagreement, and she's gonna stand up for what she believes in,
right?
But she won't do that with her boss.
You know why?
That nigga can tell her whatever the fuck he wants, and she be like, "I need this job." But you tell her some real shit, and it's like, what the fuck are you saying?
You gotta tell her that real shit.
But that nigga is like telling you shit to beat you in the head to keep you an employee. You know what I mean? And you'll take that shit because you want that job.
Yeah.
And that's how crazy white privilege is.
But let me ask you this though: if it was a black or Puerto Rican boss, you think it would be different?
It doesn't happen because the black and Puerto Rican boss typically isn't going to do that unless they're reporting to a white boss. It's still.
That's where I might get on a different level than you.
Hold on. We're talking about somebody that has their own business.
I'm saying if let's use my sister. She owns a boutique.
Okay.
Right?
Who does she answer to?
No, she owns it.
Yeah, that's her company.
So we're talking about somebody with their own business.
Listen to me.
But if she had an employee,
listen, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, my bad.
If with her, using her as an example, right? She doesn't report to nobody. So if one of her cultural employees has a problem, she deals with it right then and there. And it isn't a case of where the black man that the employee is dealing with has to deal with some shit where she's not taking it. Whatever my sister deals with, the employees go to her with, and she has to adjust it. The white man doesn't deal with that. No black or Puerto Rican goes to them like, you're not doing your fucking job right.
You want to know the only reason?
But they'll go to who looks like us and be like, no, you own that and you own this.
See, I'm in the one businesses. There's not many, but I'm in one of the one businesses that challenges that theory only because the car business doesn't matter.
Oh, it's owned by a black man?
No. It's just there is black owned dealerships and Puerto Rican owned dealerships.
The one you work for.
No, the one they're actually Lebanese, I think, and Italian.
So
right.
So you're not dealing with it.
So they're like, but what I'm saying, but as far as they're concerned to the world, they're just Italian. You know what I'm saying? But I think they are. Anyways, I'm not 100% on that.
So are we applying?
But no. What I'm getting at is that at the end of the day, there's other dealerships that I know that the bosses are the ones you report to are. It could be anybody. It just matter who's successful. I'm in the one business that kind of challenges that.
I'm saying that who you're reporting to, who they report to, is white.
There's dealership chains and so forth that are black and or Asian and or Puerto Rican. I don't think there's many in this area because
I know one.
This area is very family. I was just gonna say that in this area though, it's very family passed down generation shit. That is what. They're really all families that are third, fourth generation. So I'm not. This isn't a good area to use that comparison.
So what I'm saying is culturally, the black man or the Puerto Rican man that is in that space will get the confrontation. Is what I'm saying.
That could be true. I can't challenge
where
that.
the white man in that space doesn't get that confrontation.
So I think
That's
talking
not true
about
on my end.
I think we're more talking about the employee versus the employer. Why would the employee want to fuck up their money either way, no matter who's paying them?
If you're not being treated justly, it doesn't fucking matter about the money.
Well, no.
Well, yeah, mistreatment.
Period.
What's the situation?
And what I'm
so you think that's
I don't think that I don't think that there is a broad,
because I don't think anybody should stand for not being treated.
Period.
What I'm saying to you is if you're working, you did the sterile processing, right? If you worked for a hospital that was black, you would be more apt to speak your mind to people that look like you. Versus,
I can't really disagree with that.
That's my point.
I can agree with that.
And that's what happens in a household with your woman when you're dealing with a culture.
Right.
She'll give you a fucking headache, but won't give him a headache that's actually treating her bad.
Right.
Like, you're not even getting paid right.
People
Go take that up with him.
Right.
People fuck over the ones they're most closest to.
No, they fuck up the ones that look like you and I.
Yeah, the ones that
because it's closely identified.
Yeah, the urban people, like it's a not crab in a bucket or a barrel thing, because what the fucking crab's doing in a
So it's kind of like the same. It's kind of like the same thing as
I
a
was just
nigga
saying,
goes
my
on your
only
block.
point is in the car business is a little different because if you can sell really good,
In the car business,
they don't care who and what you are. They deal with your shit.
Usually when a black or Puerto Rican owns a car business, they have a family member that's working the lot, so they don't even really deal with too
Same
much
thing in white though too.
Yo, I love.
Depends on the level.
I love.
Depends on the level.
It does depend on the level.
It depends on the level.
I love personally.
But I see.
anybody
No,
that
but I don't
starts their
disagree
own
with what you're
business,
saying
yo.
though.
Yes,
If
absolutely.
you got the gumption to get up and be like, yo, I ain't doing this shit for nobody else. I'm gonna, you know what I mean, balls, nuts on the table.
Yeah.
And you start your own shit.
Yeah.
And then if it turns into some like autocracy where you're like not really running this shit the right way, where people don't have like, I can't say what I want to say or whatever. If that's how you run it, that's how you run
But
it.
it's but that's
Feed your
normalized.
Yeah, but
Hold on one second. Bedtime, motherfuckers. Get in bed. I got to go up there and beat some ass. Luckily, the show's almost over anyways. You want to know, I think one of the reasons, like, as far as, like, what I do for a day-to-day, why I'm glad I don't own the business, I don't want to deal with all that shit. I kind of know where my role is, and I'm not saying I don't aspire to be more, but I don't right now because I don't want more responsibility.
Because that's not your calling.
I presently work for
that could be 100% the case.
I presently work for a black woman, right? And I won't say the person, but a friend of mine got me the job, right? Who's black. When things weren't adding up, he caused some issues. But if that was owned by a white man, he would have
just fell in line?
Completely. I don't think he would have fell in line. I just think he would have did it differently.
But now you start asking though. But then I start asking the question though.
Like,
does that necessarily mean he's doing it wrong with the black person owner versus the white person owner?
I'm saying
maybe he acts more because he feels maybe they're more at risk, or he can't be like say it the way he really wants to say it, but it puts him in a situation where maybe he ends up addressing it better because he stops and thinks about it.
I think he addressed it wrong, and if had it been a person who was white, he would have addressed it in a more diplomatic manner.
I got you.
You know what I mean? And that's where I have the problem. It's like, no, nigga, keep the same energy.
That's all the fucking vicious
all the way
circle
around.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be nice to the white people that own it, be nice to the black people.
Right. Yeah, and I agree with that 100%.
If you're gonna be a dickhead,
right. Because not only that too, you don't promote more black and Puerto Rican or whatever owned businesses because they don't want to deal with that shit.
I personally call that code switching, right? And when you switch code, some people think that that's like a bad thing, but it's like a double-edged sword. You could do it the way that guy did it, or you could play the game where, okay, if I'm around Jamaicans, I speak a little patois. If I'm around these people, I speak like this.
It's kind of how I am.
But my message is the same no matter which way I put it.
What, your message is switching?
No. It's how he addresses the same message depending on the demographic of who he's addressing.
But is that true to you?
No, hold on. It is.
Yeah, because he's still saying the same message.
Because the thing is, my exposure, bro, if you put me around my Texas friends, I'm saying, say, man. If you put me around my Virginia friends, I'm like, hey, dog. If you put me around my Jamaican friends, I'm like,
road boy.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But those are all places that I spent years without being there.
If that's you, that's fine.
Now, I'm kind of that same way.
But that's
so
the double-edged sword I'm talking about, where you got the
Mm.
guy who switches up completely.
No.
To me, that's still switching up.
Cool. But see,
because I'm talking about how you say something versus what you say.
Right.
If it's true to you.
So I tell you what.
That's
that's
important. The message, no,
but you was already there.
But yeah, the message is true to him.
Yeah.
What he's saying is, for instance, like I was trained in sales, right? But in the very, very beginning, you match a customer's demeanor. So if they're laid back and chill, you're laid back and chill. If they're up and attentive, you're up and attentive. You know, if you see that they're kind of lax with their hands in their pocket, you kind of match that energy. It's all about matching energy, so that way that you vibe on the same level. But you don't change what you say.
So the specs
you just
of that
maybe
car,
change about how you go about saying the same thing, but the message is always the same.
But that car still
or
got
should
that
be the
V8,
same.
That car still got whatever gas in it. That still that car still has whatever.
You're still saying the same shit.
How you're giving it is different.
I'm
that
swinging.
person you're talking about.
Yeah, you're talking about delivery.
Fucked you over.
It's the same punchline.
That guy
It's the same punchline, but different delivery.
The person he's talking about those and bullshit.
I'm saying no matter what the circumstances is, I'm still me. I don't change.
No matter how much you travel.
It doesn't matter.
See, I'm kind of a personality
and you'll know that.
No matter
if I transitioned before my time, they will tell you.
What up,
that
Ben?
I've always been consistent. I'm not swift and changeable. I'm who I am, no matter who I'm around.
So you mean to tell me if
bro,
you go,
listen to me. I can tell you crazy stories. Like no matter, I don't change and bend for nobody.
But there's some natural shit that's just gonna.
Frank will tell you.
I don't consider it in my particular. I'm a personality chameleon.
It's not being fake though.
But that's who I. But that's who I am.
That's who he is.
Yes.
And the thing is,
I am too.
And the thing
that's
is,
who he is. If that's who you are,
but
then that's who
my
you are.
opinion and what I'm saying does not change.
And that's what I'm saying.
I'm still telling you what I feel and what I think or whatever. Just how I'm addressing it is going to more match how it's going to be easier for that individual to identify with and or understand or whatever the case.
Frank got me a job where
What the hell was that laugh?
He got me a job where I should have been a little bit more business savvy, right? But I went in there wearing black faces on my shirt.
You went in it wearing a Charlie Brown sweater,
but in black.
The Brown Simpsons.
But a black Charlie Brown.
How long did you plan on staying there?
I stayed there.
For a little bit. Yeah, you were there for a while.
I went to jail. That's the only reason why I lost a job.
So, yeah,
but
like I said, without context.
It wasn't white owners, though, by the way.
They're white. They're Persian.
They're Arabic. All right. They really are. They're Arabic fucking through. When the dad comes in and goes, what are you doing today? You going to fix that pile of rugs? Or whatever the case. They're straight up. Charlie doesn't look and or act like he's Arabic.
Oh, wait.
Because he's figured out the game, too. He knows being like that's not going to get him more customers.
We're about to talk about one of my motherfucking favorite loves, yo. We're talking about Persian rugs with 10%
Not
Charlie.
just, yeah.
Yes.
We worked
for him.
Yeah.
We are talking about one of my favorite motherfuckers.
I worked for him.
I worked for Charlie for 3 years.
I have a rug from Pakistan in my room right now, and it has 1,000 knots per
What you got,
square
the elephant foot?
And all the red.
Would you get the elephant foot?
No, I got a picture of. I can show you.
I guarantee it's the elephant
all
foot.
The red
Charlie?
All the red in
10%.
it is like legit pomegranate. All the greens are from different leaves and shit.
I guarantee you. Remember the thinner rugs that had almost like the Aztec looking almost like designs on it that we called the elephant foot. Those are Pakistani rugs.
So mine would probably be like that. Now that you said that.
It was rugs.
It was just we just called, but no, they're real they're real handmade rugs.
Yo,
we're talking about $15,000 rugs.
Mine's is probably like 3 by. It could fit on this thing that I'm on right here, right?
It was like a $500 rug.
So the
500?
retail one it was $5. I got it for like $283. And my mom was like, "Well, you fucking stupid," but I'm like,
that shit would last you forever.
I'm like, a human made this shit. This shit ain't from a.
You know what's fucked up? When people ask me, like, we would show him really fine knit, and he's heard this joke a couple of times, right?
Yeah.
With the customers, we'd be flipping the rugs, and they're like, "Oh, wow, that knot's really fine," and I'd be like, "Yeah, well, you know what they say: smaller the hand, tighter the knot."
Yo, and shit like that works with people like me. I would have been like, yo, this motherfucker right here.
Well, we started laughing because that's one of our biggest pitches is that we don't use child labor.
Yeah.
So I would always go in saying smaller the knot, smaller the hand.
Now to get to that, right? I was sitting there when every day, as soon as I put my feet on the ground, they step on one of these rugs because I got it right up.
It's a different feeling
every day. It's not the feeling of it. It's my thing is
it was a different feeling.
The person that made it is just like me. All the middle shit in between, the industry stuff and all the selling here and there, that person doesn't get any of that shit. They're a worker. They're a worker bee just like me. And I'm like, yo, this is my connection with you. Even though I bought this shit and none of that shit went to you.
I never looked at it like that.
But yo, that's my connection with you.
But we're all cogs in that machine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're all cogs because me and him weren't the owners.
And I like to think
we were just workers.
I like to think that little, I can't call it Oriental, but because you got differences. You have Oriental.
You really do.
Persian.
You have Mid-East.
Yeah.
You have rugs that came out of Iran, rugs that came out of India, all those places.
So if you use that blanket term, it's like, nah, like.
No, but you know what? Old ladies would come in all the time. They'd be like, oh, are you 10% Charlie? I'd be like, I'm 11% Frank.
Yo, man. Yo, how'd you think I know? How you think I knew y'all was talking about 10% Charlie?
Yeah, I had to work.
We literally worked with him.
I didn't know that.
Yo, that was our direct boss.
That's what I'm saying.
Every day we came in, we're like, hey, Charlie.
He was never there.
This is
he was there.
He was there.
Charlie was there. His dad was never there.
I crashed the manager's car. Well, no.
Yeah, Brett's. He wasn't. Yeah, he was our floor manager.
Y'all used to have to fucking deal with Pier 1 selling they bullshit right next to
there.
you.
Yeah. But we fucked with each other so hard in that place, we do this thing called ghosting, right? So if you were sitting on a pile with your back turned to the pile and you weren't paying attention, we'd fucking take one of these big 9x12 rugs and just throw it over you. And if we got one rug, we keep on throwing rugs over you. You get buried under like 12 rugs. These shits are like 80 pounds a piece.
I would love that because like they just threw like fucking $7,000 gonna be at work today.
7,000.
It'd be like 100.
Yeah, that'd be more like fucking 80.
Yeah.
The problem is though, it was like 80% markup though. You know, that's what they don't tell you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 10%.
I mean, big out to Cahoots though.
Yo, that's the
Shout out.
It was fun.
Man, any boutique that I've ever worked in sells clothes.
I remember when you walked in with that Charlie Brown sweater though.
It was Fat Albert.
Yo, Charlie was just like,
What you got?
the
Iceberg?
fuck? He was like, what the fuck is he
I was
wearing?
wearing Iceberg. I was wearing Fubu Platinum, where they had all the black faces.
You know, the problem is that
on.
I didn't see any.
No, this is like
I can't
19. This is
ever-
like 99.
No, it was a little bit. It was like 01, 02.
No. Wow.
The problem is that
gone from here.
I thought he looked nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, damn,
What
you
is he
dress
doing
up
with all these
good.
black faces.
Yeah.
See, that shit was like over the top because that's back
Super.
when they used to put a lot of money into like the cable knit
That's what I was wearing. All that shit.
Fat Albert
Coogee and all that shit.
a cable knit Fat
Yo,
Albert.
he was actually, in our world, he was actually dressing really fresh. I was over here with the cheap fucking button-up dress shirt
Charlie
and tie.
was like, "What the
because
fuck
you
is
gotta
this?"
make these sales.
Yeah.
But you know what? The thing, I guarantee you made some sales though.
No, he was making the sales.
He was,
I was
my
his
help.
assistant.
Yeah, he was my help.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't even hired to be a salesperson.
He was telling me, yo, there was carpets that we had to sell, but I'm like, I like other shit, so we're
All right, tell me, shut the fuck
we're
up.
flipping through, and this nigga, and they're like going through. I'm like, oh, that's nice. And this nigga's like, yo, what the fuck?
Hey, shut the fuck up.
because that doesn't have the markup.
Right. I'm trying to sell specific shit, and they're like, what do you think? Like, yeah, I like that one. I'm like, no.
It's like that's I'm flipping.
So do we?
That's nice.
So we had to flip all organized and shit.
One thing I love, right, is that we done talked about Eminem. We talked about
Everything.
like, but now we're on like Oriental and Persian rugs and shit. And it's dope because it all fits with who we are. Nobody's being like,
that's
oh,
the point.
yeah. Nobody's been like, oh, like drinking
Luckily,
with the
Frank's
pink.
not
No,
my
you-
boss.
Like we
You want to know why though?
wait.
That's why this is the greatest show in the world.
We know about
And will
Oriental
be.
show or Oriental rugs from struggle
Yeah.
and from work. I only bought that shit from work, and then I found out what the whole shit was about.
shit- the whole
And I'm like,
background
yo,
shit.
I got my shit from Zephyr Rugs, but you know what I mean?
Zephyr.
Yeah.
What, in Hartford?
Northampton.
Oh, Northampton. Got you. Yeah.
yeah.
They weren't really competition.
And I expect the next time I come back to get that running, that I'm gonna get 25% off because I just shouted you, motherfucker.
Yeah. 20% off Steve.
I need the
No.
running.
All right. So listen, I want to thank everybody.
Wait, can we end on
go
a
on.
high note?
Yes. Most certainly.
Instead of rugs on a low note.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
No, it was
Well, technically on the floor. Yeah.
it was semi-high note, but you know, happy birthday to my negrito and Frank.
Happy birthday.
I want you to show this picture.
What the fuck is that?
What?
Where did you get that
Yo,
from?
hold on, man.
All right. It sounds like it's contraband for you and not me. That's
Are
all.
you ready?
I thought she was pulling out some
gave
old shit
you
that I
that?
was
Are
in.
you ready?
Yes.
What?
Oh,
See it?
Yeah,
Who
boy.
remembers this cake?
I do.
Happy birthday, Chocolate Thunder.
yo, stop playing.
I gotta see this one
Pass
because
it around.
Yo,
Pass
what
it
the
around.
hold on, wait.
How the fuck did you get that?
Yo, I got
got the-
goosebumps.
Yo, there's a hater in the building.
Nah.
I love those photos too. It was always the
This is
same
important.
pose.
This
It was
is
always the
important.
same pose.
This
I
is
still need
important.
5. Wait, was it 10%? I still need 10%.
10% Charlie?
Yo, let me
I
see.
need a
Let me see.
10%
OG.
Chocolate Thunder.
Was that
Okay.
picture taken?
She was trying to pimp me and Matt back then.
Is that an Eastfield Mall photo?
Yeah.
The 60 minutes.
60 minutes?
Yeah. I tell you, it's always the same pose.
Only-
Thank you.
They all lay
hell did
down.
she get
they all
that?
do the,
That's you?
They all do the leg up. It's always the leg
I
up.
do know you from back. Yeah.
Yo, you notice though, all those photos, it's always with the leg up like this. It's always like this.
We gotta end on a high note.
I remember, yo, I met him again
CT.
in 2012, but I'm like, you know, when you meet people again, you're like, who the fuck?
Right.
Because people got facial hair, you might have lost or gained some
Yeah.
weight, whatever.
That's
like,
him right there.
Well, now that's also been 20 years for us. I'm definitely
him
like
go.
now you engraved in the memory again.
I haven't seen that face in a long time, but
That's
that's one of those
hilarious.
faces. That's one of
Yo,
the faces.
that's
that you
the
might have
original
seen at the
face I
mall
know.
or whatever.
Listen,
That's the face I know.
That's
Yeah.
the face you might see on the
but
bus
see,
or like at
see,
a.
Show it. Let
but
me
we
see.
but we in that FUBU though when FUBU first came out. That
Oh,
for-
the
that-
FUBU?
That for us by us.
Look at your hand.
I remember when
you
we
can
didn't
remember
rock
what kind of shoes
anything
you
that
got
was
on.
stylish, really, for the most part, back in the day.
That fucking black Columbia boots. Yeah, we was doing it.
Yeah, yo, shout out to Columbia. I had the Bugaboo 2 jacket.
That's what. No, the Bugaboo.
It's a long ways.
All right,
Yeah,
wow.
The chocolate thunder.
We're going to wrap it up.
Long time.
We're going to wrap it up on
Thunder.
Chocolate Thunder.
The birthday shenanigans have just
Happy birthday.
begun.
Happy birthday to Almighty L.
Can we go
All
around the room? Who's
weekend. We
what?
doing it
Who's
all
plugging?
Yeah, Actually, I want to make sure. Yeah, go ahead, get a plug in.
Yo, real quick, follow me at Dirty Hands Wayne, properly spelled.
Yes, sir.
Lately I just been posting a lot of videos trying to flex my muscle on the whole like editing tip. I have a lot of shit in my phone, so I'm gonna be turning it into stuff that's like creative. I have songs I recorded I never released and shit. I got comedy and whatnot, and ultimately, even if it's not on Instagram, this is about real life. If you ever see me, holler at me, talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know who knows me. I just been back here since 2012, so I'm like kind of. You know what I mean? But it's good to see Frank. It's good to see you.
Same, man. Thanks for coming over.
Saying, like, absolutely, man. And love is love no matter where you go. I'm changing my name, by the way, to Wayne Museum.
All caps.
All caps.
All capitals.
Yeah, I'm changing my shit from Wayne Andrews because I'm starting my own thing. My thing about that is that your family sometimes comes with a bad connotation and you want to start your own thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like... there's nothing that's going to stop you from going to the courthouse, putting your money down, and saying, this is who the fuck I want to be. And everybody got to respect that.
That's what it is.
True indeed.
And then the other thing about that shit, my last thing, I got a couple things I wrote. Are you a giant, or are you standing on the shoulders of giants? Meaning, is it your work you're working off of, or is it someone else's hustle? Work for your last name, not your first. Dame Dash always says that, right? But if you don't fuck with your last name, make your own. We've been positioned to be more like individuals nowadays. And the fucked up thing is it's a conundrum because we're individuals who naturally want families. But if you don't fuck with who you came from, make your own thing. You know what I'm saying? There's people in this town that got the same last name as me, and I don't know who the fuck they came from. They're Andrews, just like I'm Andrews, but I don't know how, and I don't think we're related.
Do you consider yourself the best looking, Andrew?
I think I figure myself as the last one of these Andrewses.
Okay.
Last Brohican.
I'm gonna be because the other thing that comes along with a name, I'm getting a ring and a family crest with it.
The crest is important.
And I'm starting all that, and I'm gonna be the first of the first, 101.
I'm with you.
And whenever I start my family, it's gonna be the museum family. The thing about museums is that they're places that are receptacles for knowledge and art, and that's what I physically embody. So that's what I'm gonna be. You know what I mean?
I like that.
But follow me, Dirty Hands
Respect.
Wayne. And I'm like Mike Jones. You can call my phone, 413-977-9418. Yo, dead ass.
Hell yeah.
413-977-9418. You got any questions? You want to talk to me? Call me an ugly motherfucker, whatever. Holla at me. 413-977-9418.
And we say the same. We say the same for
Gods
just being
amongst
frank.
men.
I don't give a goddamn why you want to call, what type of message you want to leave, whether it's plugging yourself, saying something stupid, saying something funny. Call 413-241-7272. Send in any clips, anything that you want into contact@marvichimedia.com. Thank you to Wayne. Obviously, Wayne Museum, excuse me. Bro. Thank you, obviously, to E for joining in. Happy birthday to my player partner over here, Almighty Ale.
Wow.
We had a great-ass night. Thank you guys very much. Cheers. Congratulations to Jody. Easy, I got you. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, everybody that watched. We thank you very much.
Peace.
Cheers,
And
everybody
that will watch. We fuck with you.
Exactly. Thank you. Have a good night.
666.
Have a good night, y'all. We appreciate it. Be back here next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. All
Already.
right? We got you.
Yo.
What are you two doing sitting there? Plotting?
Yeah, I'm plotting. Plotting to steal.
To steal what?
Steal the information. All of it.
Yeah, but whose information is it?
You in your own way. Go put in work or get no play. Mean what you say, get your respect. Make sure you set whole weight. You live with purpose for soul or purpose for self. The difference, money or goals, go search a Chappelle. So keep your balance on the scale. For no malice on your trails. Life's a bitch, just lift the veil. Raise the chalice for your fails. Just the salad and the kale. Organic, know it's real. We the staples holding skills. This is Kobe and Shaquille. I'm getting pennies for thoughts, so I ain't losing in magic. Attention costs your sense. Become a user and addict. Don't be out here looking for static if it ain't in your fabric. Wish we would die less. From sparks to streets that made him a maverick. I guess it's nature. Watch for snakes. Make sure the grass is cut right. Just get your paper. You chase the light. It's just a bug's life. Hip hop has gave me a blessing. I'm just reaching the youth. Been on a quest for this love. Know it comes deep from the roots. Let's go.
Shit to heal my soul now. Yeah, my MO don't fit the profile. Yeah, nigga, we different, and you don't even get it. Cause I already did it, and you just started tripping. I do shit to heal my soul now. Yeah, my MO don't fit the profile. Yeah, nigga, we different, and you don't even get it. Cause I already did it, and you just started tripping. This is my position. I give these niggas game if they listen, but some niggas just want the opposition. I look them in their eyes so they know I mean business. I try to sway their minds so that they can see the difference, but sometimes the vibe don't coincide with their interests. Waving guns in the sky down the dive of they ditches. Getting fucked by some pussy niggas dying over bitches. Some niggas lose their mind, grab they nine over bitches. Or you could get set up, get lined by the bitches. Yo, watch who you talk around, that information vicious. In a room, on the phone, on the wire with the snitches. And plenty other ways to move senseless. For instance, some niggas done made it out, accumulated riches. Still trying to keep one foot up in the trenches. Still finding yourself on them courtroom benches. Long ass cell blocks, barbed wire fences. I do shit to heal my soul now. Yeah, my MO don't fit the profile. Yeah, nigga, we different, and you don't even get it. Cause I already did it, and you just started tripping. I do shit to heal my soul now. Yeah, my MO don't fit the profile. Yeah, nigga, we different, and you don't even get it. Cause I already did it, and you just started tripping.
I treat everyone in my course exactly the same, and I will continue to give you a difficult time until you have proven that you deserve otherwise. Those are the rules of the game. Fuck that game. Please watch your language. Young man, you have to rid yourself of this attitude that the world owes you something. You must strip yourself of that mentality. It breeds laziness. It is laziness, Mr. Williams, that has kept black people down in this country.
All right. Let's break it up. Everything is fine now.
What you mean break it up? Look at those white folks standing over there. That's right. You ain't telling them to go nowhere. White boy gonna pull a gun out in this man's face, and you asking us to break it up? Man, y'all got some nerves. Fuck you. We ain't going nowhere. If they can stand over there together, we can stand right here together.